Saying no. Niggas know how I'm nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is sick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they on some gang shit. Nigga, you was a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you was a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
On walk, tell him free to act. Feeling free of rat, you know he told how you sleep with.
Heart2Start Fantasy Football Podcast, man. Coming at y'all, man, live on YouTube and the YouTube channel. Guccini JD, you know, the regular 1/3 of the Heart2Start, man. It's your boy, Heart2Start Kev. JD, talk to him, man. Tell him something.
Man, I'm lightweight whoop, but you know the motherfucking the energy gonna be there. Just I gotta get a couple of these in me right quick. But you know we not broadcasting from the studio. We on this motherfucking internet, live and direct for you niggas. We got a motherfucking special guest, my motherfucking dog. You know when he jump in this motherfucker,
introduce him, man. Introduce me, man. You introduce me to Kai, man. You know,
man, we got the fella, we got the complicated one, nigga, with the K on everything. My dog, complicated Kai, my nigga Kyrie, man. He gonna jump in and let y'all know everything about him, what he got going on, what he cooking up, the shit that's coming in the future. You know what I mean? The whole shit, man, on everything. My motherfucking bro right there, dog.
Man,
Kai,
what more could I say? You didn't set it all with that introduction, brother. I truly appreciate it, man.
Man, tell them about yourself, man, and why the price going up, man. We made a joke before, but I wasn't joking. I was being serious, man. The price going up, man. You out there going crazy in these streets, man. Let them know, man, what your streets is, what you dabble in. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm just trying to build some street cred in these video edits, bro. I'm just trying to put myself on and man, yeah, you're right. A couple people been acknowledging that, man, and I love to hear it. The prices is up. The price has been locked in, and that's it, bro. Yeah, I mean, let me let them know. Pretty much, I do video editing. I'm really into the fantasy football community. Trying to just help build some brands, build this community, dabbling in some music videos, dabbling in some documentaries, dabbling in man, I'm just everywhere, bro. Clothing, just call at me if you need a video, all right?
And you know what? And you definitely, and I don't want y'all to get it mistaken, like, oh, we brought the editor on. Like, nah, he's on his shit, bro. Like he knows what he's talking about. You know, I'd consider him an expert. I don't know what stats you need to be an expert, but if I'm looking for some advice, I don't mind asking him or checking him out on his channel, anything he got going on, whether it's a guest on the Run Boys, a guest wherever, his quick links, quick posts, you know what I mean? Just letting you know what he think. Bro, I'm fucking with you, man, the long way. Yeah, you know, anybody we fuck with in this community, man, it's family from the jump. Like that's just how we are, though.
And he tapped in with us right when he came across our shit too, though, bro. That's another thing, though, bro.
Yeah,
it was genuine once we first got locked in on my mama. You know what I mean? This shit just didn't happen overnight with us right here, us straight up, you know?
Yeah.
This has been a long time in the coming, and we've been discussing this shit. So, you know, the shit is fully organic, bruh. Like how the motherfucking vegetables be $5 more at the grocery store because it's organic, man. This shit is fully organic, bro, on my mama. We didn't preconceive this shit, man. This shit happened to come together. Here it is.
And here it is here. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about, you know, all the people that we fuck with and people like you. It's genuine. Like we like, you know, you even said, man, I'm ready to get on whenever y'all want. Man, look, it's been 2 weeks coming. Our schedule's gonna flip-flop. I know you busy. And I was like, oh, I hope he can get on today. I hit you. You was ready, bro. It's good. And it's, you know, it's both ways for sure, man. We're gonna stay rocking, man. I hope y'all Tap in with him. We definitely gonna post the link in the profile on the YouTube and post it all through the Instagram. We're gonna have clips of this, chopping it up, and the whole nine, man. Y'all know how we do. But shit, man, the reason we here is to talk about these week 13 matchups, man. It's that fantasy playoff time, baby. Either you fighting to get in, you trying to get in, but you might get out. You know what I mean? You scraping and hoping a couple people win or lose and you can get in, or maybe you sitting comfortable playing for a bye, or maybe you playing for better playoff position. But you need to know, what you need to do and what you need to be looking for, because this is the nitty gritty. We talk about that marathon, JD. You've been talking about the marathon since day one, draft night. You know
100%, bro. Shout out to Nip, man. The shit continues, man. The marathon continues, and man, like Cuzzo say, man, your playoff team is not what you drafted. 100%, unless you just drafted, you had if your playoff team is looking like your motherfucking drafted team, you should have played the motherfucking lotto when you had your draft. Because nigga, that shit do not happen very often. And the Powerball, no, the Mega Millions is at like 200 and something. And I think Powerball at 200 and something. Your motherfucking ass need to go be playing Powerball and Mega Millions right now if your shit look like it did in September.
ASAP.
Late August.
Because like I said, that marathon time, man. Let's talk about the first game. Let's get into that Titans and Browns, both 8-3. I would say the Browns are the surprise 8-3. If you thought, and I give a big shout out to Stefanski bringing that system over there and taking the ball out of Baker's hands, but even keeping it in his hands in the right situations with those play actions. And you know what he did in Minnesota, basically. But who you think this is the bigger game for? Because the Titans, they don't just have it in the bag. Indy right behind them, and we know what the Steelers situation is, and they pretty much got that division, but is it a bigger game for the Browns or the Titans? What y'all think?
Should I jump out? I would say it's a bigger game for the Browns just based on the type of season that the Titans had last year. They've been in the playoffs for the last 2 to 3 years consistently, at least 3 years, or at least 2 years for sure. I remember they put the Ravens out last year, and I think they put fucking damn, I can't think of who it was 2 years ago, but they've been in the playoffs for the last 2 years. And with the Browns not being in the playoffs for X amount of years and them being in contention this late in the season, we're 12 games in going into the 13th week. And with them being able to try and lock up, that 6 or 7 spot, I don't know exactly where they at in playoff contention right now, but I know they hold one of those spots just based on their record. You damn right, bro. I think this is a bigger game for the Browns. And the Titans have action at locking up the division, even if they do lose this game, because I think they're 1-1 with the Colts. You know what I mean? So the best record will win that division because it's a tie. It's not a tiebreaker situation. So they can afford to lose a game, even though you don't want to lose a game right now. But I think it's a bigger game for the Browns. Just by them and their history factor and whatnot, being in the offs and whatnot.
Ooh, man, this was a little hard for me personally because my gut feeling want me to pick the Titans, and let me quickly tell you why. I was thinking the Titans. This is a bigger game for because of momentum, right? At the end of the day, we're not worried about the Titans being a playoff team or down the stretch because they have the formula. They traditionally have the formula to win playoff games. They can run it. They play pretty tough defense, and they got a clock managing quarterback, right? If you want to call him that. But for the Browns, you got 2 divisional games upcoming after this one. So they're going to go ahead and play Pittsburgh and the Ravens still. I mean, they play the Jets and the Giants. So it's a pretty fair chance that they can lose 2 more games. And with that being said, you have the Dolphins and the Colts right behind you. And we're not even talking about the Raiders and the Ravens, who are only 2 games back. And you could potentially lose both those games and fall right out. So to me, as much as I want this to be a big game for the Titans, they have a little bit more room for error. The Browns right now do not. And this is going to be a tough game for Baker Mayfield. And we're gonna see who he is.
And you know what? And that's why when I set up the show, I kind of looked at each game, and we're definitely talking about fantasy, everything fantasy. But I wanted to talk about the importance, because my point is the Browns, everything is on the line right now. It's not comfortable for them. Like you said, that 8-3, it's no comfort in that. You know what I mean? There's still games to go. Even though our fantasy playoffs start soon, the real playoffs don't. They need this game. So when I say pull out all the stops, and I do say Baker can't handle, those games yet, I don't believe it yet. Kareem Hunt and Chubb Day. This is pulling out all the stops for Hunt in the passing game, getting them involved more than they have, whether they've been, this is that stretch run where anybody who was ailing injuries, look, y'all, come on. We got to get it done. Chubb and Hunt, I love them this week. I heard Fornicator on the GMM network said he messing with Chubb this week as his number one running back. I could kind of see that. You know what I mean? I could definitely kind of see that. Now on the Titan side, it's Henry season, like all day. Like we've been talking about that. Like if you were worried about it early, that's what he does late. He goes crazy late. So it's not even anything to think of. I want to ask y'all this though. I know Landry just had the 28, 11 targets, 143 versus Jacksonville, it's versus Jacksonville. But is he a must start versus Tennessee this week?
As your flex, I would jump out there.
Because it's some buys. You got the Bucks on a buy. You got the Panthers on a buy. Like, there's some situations where people are trying to plug in receivers, whether it's off the wire or.
No, I definitely, if I had him and I needed him to throw in there as my flex or even as my WR2, especially with them buys, because I got Robbie Anderson, a few shares of him. I got a few shares of Antonio Brown. And if I was able to get him off the wire, you damn right. Because last year when Jarvis Landry was doing his thing, he had 84 catches and he had fucked up ribs for a long time in this season. And that's probably why his production was down. But now with him might be, lightweight, getting kind of healthy and whatnot, and we seen that breakout game last week. You damn right. He's Baker's number one target, and it's coming off that play action, and they get that run established. You damn right, because he's eating out the slot.
See. For me, I'm going to have to say nah. And the only reason why I say that is because of the point that you made with this is going to have to be a dominant run game for them to try to win. And if I consider what they're as a football team are going to try to do compared to what we want our fantasy players to do, nah, they're going to run the ball. It is going to be through Chubb and Hunt. And then you got to look at this guy's but let's look at his stats before that. He had one game, 143 and one touchdown.
Terrible.
Right. Everything else, 2 points, 5 points. It's like, if you want to trust that based off of 1 week, off of who did he play again?
Jacksonville.
That's going to be.
Hey, Bogart talk about that recency bias, and people, I think that's a lot of mistake people make. They get to getting cute. You know what I mean? and it's the Heart to Start podcast. So, the Heart to Start is making those tough decisions and having the heart to pull out a stud and put somebody just okay in. You know what I mean? But in this situation, it's a Heart to Start. You don't want to unexpectedly shit your pants, man. It's never a good thing, right? Don't get cute. Never. If you desperate and you got to play Jarvis, like I'm in the league and I'm desperate and I play T.Y. Hilton after a good game. So if I had Jarvis, I'm throwing him in. But if you got a choice, hey, don't do it, man. I will say that. I will say one more person. So Corey Davis. 4 out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 6. With no Denzel Ward, if you need him in your flex, you gotta fire him up as a desperate situation. You ain't putting him in as your 1 or your 2. You know what I mean?
4 out of 6 games he's had 15, 26, 11, 16, and 10, and there's 1-0 in there. Now, that's one thing I say about Corey Davis. His floor is 0. Like, don't get it mistaken. Y'all trusting Corey?
I'm gonna go ahead and trust him. He's a little bit more consistent now compared to somebody like Jarvis to me, right? His floor is 0. Literally, he did have one, but his high is pretty good, and he has more of those highs. Even his mid is pretty decent for a flex spot. I mean, but that's just me. So especially this week, That's a tough one for me, but I like him more than Jarvis.
Okay, I was just about to say Landry or Davis. So boom,
right.
you going Corey Davis. I like
that. And then with no Denzel Ward out there neither, though. I think both of the Titans receivers should have a big game, even though the offense is predicated off what Henry does. You know, his 30 attempts, his 25 attempts, but there's still room. I mean, especially with AJ, we see AJ go off for 3 catches for 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, 5 catches, $1.05, $1.07 with 1 touch. We see motherfucking Corey Davis go ahead and get his. You know what I mean? On top of Henry getting his. So yeah, without a doubt, I think both of the receivers have an okay game. You know what I mean? It's, you know, you're firing up AJ no matter what. You know what I mean? Whether there's a Denzel Ward or if they got Dion bringing him out of retirement to go play for Cleveland, you're not going to give a fuck. You're going to fire up AJ Brown because he's a bully out there. You know what I mean? But if you in a desperate situation and you got that flex play, or you might even need a WR2 to fire up, you know, Davis, or like I said, I'm fucking with Landry too, though, bro. You know, Landry, he commands targets.
Hey, we gonna see how much you talk about Landry, because when we get into some of these other games and talk about tough matchups, I'm gonna throw that back to you, Landry, and see how you feel about that, and if you had a heart to play him this week. Let's talk about.
My lineup set already against you, and you keep talking about that Hunt shit. Hey, guys. So what he's doing is he's doing a reverse jinx right now. So me and him are playing in the league right now, one of our home leagues, and I got Kareem Hunt going. So he's saying that Hunt it's a Hunt and Chubb week, praying for a 0 out of him. No, that's what he's really doing.
Now let me give you the real scoop, right? So our game, right? If he wins, he gonna have a better record because of a tie, and we have a record bet. How much is the record bet for?
It's the buy-in.
The buy-in, right? So look, now under normal circumstances, I need this win for that bet, right? But the commissioner, I got a record bet with him for 300, and I already won that. He's at the bottom of the league. So now listen, we got a moves limit in there, and I'm at my wits' end. I can't just be using moves to win this week. And there's not a lot of people on the wire. So I say that to say this. I'm already locked in the playoffs, but the spots that I'm locked in aren't locked up. So it's not really a must win for me because I'm in the playoffs no matter what, and my team is limpy. I got O's and Q's all the way down my lineup. I got Shepard in there. I got like Gurley, Galladay, Jacobs, like all type of people on the bench. So that's where we at. But I love Hunt. I ain't gonna cheat the people. I love Hunt in this situation. I love Hunt for sure. Let's talk about this one, right? Do the Raiders bounce back versus the Jets or flatline in true Raider fashion? Now, we in Sacramento, California. So, well, we are, me and JD, Kai and SoCal, but we know all about how the Raiders fizzle out. You know what I mean? And and if I had to pick an upset of the week, I got one more, but it might be this one. I'm going to be honest with you. Do they flatline out? And to throw a cherry on top, is Booker going to be worth the pickup that everybody spent on him this week?
Damn, bro. That's one of your upsets of the week. The winless Jets.
The winless Jets.
And this game is in New Jersey, too? The Raiders is on the road?
Bro, if I could see if Gruden didn't have to wear a mask during this game and I could see him lose to the Jets, his faces would be crazy. Like, his faces would be crazy.
I don't agree with that. I think the way that they lost last week to Atlanta, they done went to practice way even harder. I don't think that Atlanta's the Jets defense, that pass rush is going to be able to get to Matt Ryan. I mean, the Lemon Carr, the way they did Craigslist lemon cars, the way they did Atlanta did, 100%. I mean, I know they got Quentin Williams over there. I know they signed a boy from the motherfucking Ravens 2 years ago. I don't even think he playing the inside linebacker. I don't even know his motherfucking name. I forgot his name. But other than that, on that defense, they're not going to do what Atlanta did to them. It seemed like every time Derek Carr dropped back last week, somebody from Atlanta was over there, bro. That's Atlanta not going to happen. Good too. No, Atlanta was definitely playing good right now, without a doubt, ever since that Carolina game. And I talked about that 2 weeks ago on the show. You know what I mean? But no, I definitely don't see no upset. I think they do get back on track. against the Jets, even though if they don't put up, 30. The last time they put up 30 points was against that motherfucking Chiefs game, which they only lost by 4. They was going head to head or toe to toe with the Chiefs. You know what I mean? I think they get back on track, man. This is an on track game for them to continue to try to solidify themselves a playoff spot. So yeah, I like Booker. I would go if you was able to go ahead and get Booker for this one game, you definitely got to fire him up. You know what I mean? And on the other side, if you're desperate at running back and you need a running back with nobody behind Frank Gore, you had to fire Frank Gore up. Last week, he hit for like 70-something yards on 15, 16 attempts. I can't remember exactly how many attempts it was for, but he hit for like 70 yards though, bro. And you know what I mean? At this point in the season, a lot of motherfuckers is desperate for running backs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, go get Frank Gore, fire up Booker, Devontae Booker. Matter of fact, I got him fired up in the SBI. I just threw him in the lineup right now on everything. So, yeah.
And we only talking about Booker because of the Jets, right?
Yeah,
not really, because his yards per carry been good when the opportunities he gets. I just don't know as a workhorse, and he is from Sacramento. Shout out to Booker, man. I hope you have a crazy game. You know what I mean? I hope you do your thing for sure. But man,
I mean, he had some pretty good stat lines I'm looking at here, but against the Jets, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fire him up like y'all say. But do I think the Raiders bounce back? Yeah, they're playing the Jets.
Or do they go?
Nah, they're playing the Jets. If this was anybody else,
shout out to Turn Up Jets, man. Sorry about
this.
They're
playing the Jets, brother. They're playing the Jets, bro. Adam Gase.
They are who we thought they were.
They are exactly. They signed a contract on who they are, bro, and they are consistent with it. So I'm gonna be real, bro. I have no ties to the Jets. Absolute garbage, and it's not even their fault. The Raiders have a legitimate shot at. They could go as high as the 6th seed. The way they're looking. So right now they're only about a game out. So I think this is the Raiders game that they're gonna. If they lose this one, I'm just gonna say somebody's getting fired, bro. Like, come on. And I mean, like, Derek Carr next season ain't gonna be. Something's gonna happen if y'all lose to the Jets on a verge of a highly. You guys have a pretty damn good chance of making some noise. The Raiders have an underrated squad too, and they have the tools to win playoff games. Except, I don't know about the quarterback and some areas of that defense, but that's just me. But for this particular game, they're definitely gonna bounce back, and I don't think they're gonna flatline against the Jets.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? So if you betting, the spread is 8 as of now. You feel me? So if you follow me and I say I like this to be an upset, you got action. The Raiders they've been known to play down to their competition, and that's the true Raider fashion, right? The true Raider fashion is underachieving when you should be good and underachieving when you are good. That's what they do. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna get. I told my cousins, I said, man, the Raider fans are like a person in an abusive relationship, man or woman. They're gonna change. They're gonna change. No, I gotta stay with them. Hey, look, man, y'all need to shake that. And my pops, man, rest in peace, was a Raider fan, and we always used to have bets. So now I always think when they do good, I'm happy for how he would feel. But man, he'd be pissed about a lot of these other. Last week he'd have been pissed for sure. You know what I mean? And that's what that true Raider fashion is. But on the fantasy side, we do say Booker for this week. I love the Frank Gore. I love the Frank Gore spot. And see, this was crazy, right? So if Frank Gore gets you 11 to 15, a lot of running backs ain't killing this year like that. It's only so many that are. So if a team's strength is not running backs, the top ones, which you probably don't have a lot of them, then somebody like Gore is valuable right now, and you might gotta bench Gio. You know what I mean?
And Clyde. So 2 weeks ago, Clyde had a 2 TD game. Then he doubles back with a nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the hard to start right there in his definition. You know what I mean?
Nobody's doing him over
no,
that.
but what I'm saying is though, I mean, this is for the gusto right now. Though. You think that
I
Frank
need to
Gore
get on
can
your
get you
side of the bracket.
that 10 to 15, and then you in my instance, Miles Sanders ain't done nothing in the last 2 weeks. Motherfucking CEH since that 2 TD game has been ice cold. Andre 3000 voice, bro. I'm telling you, that shit hurts. And a team, the way that I drafted, my team is built off of my running backs, 100%, bro. And every draft that I did. You know what I mean? So
you
I mean,
comfortable throwing Gore in for one of them foreigns? You would throw the Chevelle in for a foreign right now?
No, because I'm finna ride my boys. I think that they finna go. But I mean, that's the hard to start. I'm not doing that right now, bro. I'm going out on the Titanic right now. And you know, I'm a big history fan. I watch the History Channel a lot. So they got this shit with motherfucking Furious from Boys in the Hood. I can't think of his name right now. Furious. He told him what's his real name?
Fishburne, man. Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne hosts this show called the motherfucking America's or History's Greatest Mysteries, right? And they talking about the Titanic, right? I just watched this shit a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? I'm going down like the Titanic with my motherfucking running backs.
With your guys.
100%, bro. That's how I feel, bro.
Hey, can I ask y'all how y'all feel about Nelson Aguilar? I'm going to read you his last 6 games, starting from the furthest away. 21-0, 14-1, 20, and 10. If there's any game that like
against Cleveland too. Yes, I had him in my motherfucking FanDuel lineup, and I was up in points. I was top 5 in the early part of the day, and fucking with Aguilar, he had that 0. But other than that, he been balling since then.
Had that 0.
Yeah, I got him on one of my home teams too, but he's been doing me pretty nice. I just see for me, I went different, Gooch. Guccini, I went wide receiver heavy, and I did that on both mine. So I ended up with on one of them like Thielen, Ridley, and Hill are my 3 guys, and then on the other one I got Hopkins, Julio, and Robert Woods. So like my running back situation has been up and down because I have Miles Sanders and Eckler, but
he's back.
Man, he did me well too, but I went a different route with it, and it's just something to look at. I went receiver heavy.
It went good for you, right?
I started with Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Thielen, and Ridley, if I didn't say him already. But I traded Thomas for Mixon, which didn't work.
That shit hurt it.
Right, but
to have Eckler and still be, are you in the hunt? You in the playoffs?
Yep, I'm only.
He's a league winner, bro.
Yeah,
if you lost Eckler and Michael Thomas, whether you made moves or not, and you in the playoffs, bro, you got a league winner right there, bro. Everybody wasn't able to do that. You know what I mean?
11 receptions on 80 yards. That's not even talking about his motherfucking carries.
Right.
You know, his shit is right where he left off last year, bro.
Yep.
Hey, shout out to my dog, man. Dream. We call him Black Dreams, man, all the way from Buffalo, man. Hey, it's his birthday tonight, man. Happy birthday to my dog. He in Vegas right now. I'm wearing the club. Hey, Swim Life. You know, we definitely gonna drop the link in the bio. They got some real fire gear, man.
Happy birthday to my dog, man.
Happy birthday to you, homie, man.
And shout out to my dog Fred for tapping in, man. You motherfucking right. That's my dog right there, man.
Yes, sir. Let's jump to this next one. Jags and the Vikings. I'm throwing this one as the J-Rob the Mob. Shout out to Bogart. That's his nickname for Jay Robinson. Versus Dalvin. We talked about it a little bit, but for the show, I'm gonna have to ask MJD. Shout out to MJD. Ask him if he ever played against a good running back and he felt like he wanted to show him up. Whether he thought he was better than him, maybe they were overpaid, maybe just appeared. You wanted to do your thing.
You got drafted before, and you never know. You know,
got drafted before. I'm putting this as J-Rob versus Dalvin, man. Who going crazy in this game? What y'all think?
Shit, bro.
Dalvin good. His ankle good.
I know, but I mean, you know, the last game wasn't. I mean, it was a subpar game for him. I mean, just for that ankle and them to be where they at, not nowhere near contention. I don't know if they gonna, if he's getting a full workload, bro. With Robinson, he's been getting a full workload, and they're horrible. Even though not to just discredit what fucking Dalvin has been doing all season. You know what I mean? He had that stretch, 200 yards and a couple of TDs, then followed it up with a 4 TD game. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I just think that Robinson, for what the fuck he been doing all year, and with that Q being over there by Dalvin's name, you know what I mean? For a minute they didn't know if he was gonna play or not. So yeah, I think that it's a J-Rob game, bro.
I'm loving J-Rob. What you think, Kai?
I'm going Cook. If you got him on your squad, I mean, I mean,
look, we're not saying that one's gonna have a better game than the other. I'm just saying, I look at it as a running game for both teams. So my thing is, I think this is a run game on both ends. Now, more so on the Vikings game because J-Rob, I feel like they're gonna be down, so he's gonna be running, catching, doing everything. You know what I mean? But Dalvin, I think he's gonna be
okay.
Killed. That's why I put it up.
I see where you're going.
That. Now, what do you think? You know what I mean?
I'm still going Dalvin, but I see where you're going with it. The reason, so your point is,
take away Thielen and Jefferson. That's another point I got because it's been those games where Jefferson's been killing, but we do have those games where Jefferson and Thielen wasn't killing because it was a Dalvin game. We haven't had a Dalvin game in like 3-4 games. If I'm draft daily fantasy, I'm betting that I'm stacking these two players in daily fantasy.
But another thing,
nobody's gonna pick Dalvin because he's coming off the injury and they're nervous. They ain't tripping about it.
And Cousins is throwing that motherfucker. So I was on the Run Boys the other night. I can't remember what night it was because however it be, I'm getting kind of up there in age. You know what I mean? But I was up there and they they was doing start and sit advice and the whole shit. Shout out to Robbie and Bogey. And I threw the question out there, and I let them know what the situation was because I played this bum ass nigga right here next to me, whatever the way, that way right there. I played him in the home league, and I need this win, so I got Josh Allen and I got Kirk Cousins, right? And back-to-back games, Cousins has been slanging that bitch 300 plus with multiple TDs, and he plays Jacksonville with Josh Allen playing the Niners. It's a great debate in my situation on who to start. You know what I mean? I could really fire Cousins up and feel confident about it, but Josh Allen and what he presents to the fucking 49ers defense is a kryptonite to what the Niners, can't take, and which is a mobile quarterback. You know what I mean? So
you gotta go with Josh on that one. I think personally, the reason why I say this is because although you're right, I think the chances of the Jaguars having a close game where Cousins would have to continue to throw because they're going to just lean on Dalvin at a point.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, how many yards is he going to need to throw to blow out the Jaguars before they start running, as opposed to Allen, he's probably going to have a monster game, like no cap. So like, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And you said Dalvin hasn't had
he had 115 the week before, but last game he just had 18 for 61. Then he had the 14 because they won the 19-13 game versus Chicago. He had 14 before that. But before that, it was the 44 and the 54. So my thing with Dalvin is I think this is one of those 44 games. You know what I mean? If he's healthy. But on the flip side, it's like J-Rob might go crazy because they're going to need him no matter what. And the Vikings D has been playing good, but let's not forget that they let Dallas get him 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to just say that the Jaguars can't cover this 9-point spread that they got for Minnesota because Minnesota turns into Minnesota sometimes. And that's when they have to lean on Kirk Cousins. So from a daily fantasy perspective, I'm saying stack these two. Is my thing because a lot of people aren't going to go with Dalvin because they think maybe they're not going to need him as much because they're going to whoop their ass. You're going to see more Madison. You got the other people who, you know, maybe worried about the ankle. Then you got the people who are worried about that they might not use J-Rob like that because they're going to be down. So this is a stackable game. Hey, Dalvin, J-Rob, and Chubb, you going to go crazy this week in daily.
Yeah, but J-Rob also he brings receptions to the
for sure, and that's why he dud proof. He dud proof
everything.
You know what I mean? We call them Dudleys over here, Kai. That Jared Dudley. You know what I mean? Hey,
the
you don't
Jared,
want those Dudleys.
Quick too.
Hey, those Dudleys.
Oh, mama! Shout out to Jared, bruh.
Right.
On everything. No, I'm gonna show up to one of our drafts in a Jared Dudley jersey, though, bro. My mama, I am, bro.
Are y'all worried about Chark coming back with that rib injury?
Shit,
firing him up. Is he a must start?
Now that I don't know because I ain't got no shares of him. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna try and get to misleading people.
Chark or Landry.
But Luton gonna try and feed him the ball. Luton Glennon is there, huh?
Chark didn't play last game. Yeah, Glennon. Before last game with the 0, Chark didn't play. 8, 9, 28, 3, 11. Those were his last 5.
Yeah, that 28 was with Luton.
Yeah, versus Houston. So, I mean, they just played Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I mean, he didn't play Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Green Bay. Like, you got Minnesota coming up. I mean, I'll take Chark right there. I'll take Chark right there over Landry.
Where are you putting them though?
Over Landry in the flex with them buys. If I got a Godwin out and I'm thinking about Landry or him, I'll play Chark for sure. Because I think a lot of people kind of fell off the Chark train, and either you out of contention if you got Chark, or he's on your bench and you found somebody else more serviceable that's been working for you. You know what I mean? Right. That's where I'm going with that. Let me ask y'all this one. You give me this one, Kai. Who scores more, Miami defense or the Bengals QBs? And I say QBs because there's a chance that both of them are going to play this game because the first one is going to dud out for sure.
Okay, so Miami has pretty much a really solid secondary is what I'm seeing, right? And we looking at what is it? Is Brandon starting? Allen? Is he the one starting?
For now,
so
possibly.
What does this guy have? He looks like he had 136.
Combine them. Combine them.
I think that that's a good question, bro. I'm gonna go to QBs.
You going with the QBs. So you saying the QBs, no matter who play, give them 10 or 11 points, Miami ain't gonna get that. And let's say it's the leagues where you know QBs are rewarded. I mean, defenses are rewarded a little bit. Sacks, you know what I mean, interception.
I mean,
you can take return yards off of there. You know what I mean?
Okay,
holding them under, 6 points, holding them under 9, 10 points or some shit. You know what I mean?
Look, let me stop playing. I got investments in the Bengals, so I'm hoping that my boy T. Higgins can do something. But realistically, that's a tough one, man. This is a tough one. Something's telling me the Bengals QBs because I'm gonna just go Bengals QB.
Hell, we gonna double back to you. Come on, JD. What you think, bro?
Man, this game is in the 305 too, bro. They're not gonna go down from a team up top to go down south.
They better not.
And where it's 70, 80 degrees right now, and that humidity, man, that Dolphin defense finna swarm all over their motherfucking ass. 100%. Not just to be down in Higgins and motherfucking what's my boy name? Tyler Boyd. I mean, but you also got your boy from your Cowboys over there and Xavier Howard too, though. You got Byron Jones over there too, though. So they're facing two of the top 10 cornerbacks in this league right now. You know, I don't know how they travel, during each formation and whatnot, if both of them just gonna lock up or if they both just gonna stay one stay right, one stay left, or one gonna follow somebody in the slot or however it may go. But Miami's defense, especially at home, and we seen it when they was on the road in Denver, they didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? But at home, Miami is a top defense, bro. 100%. I don't give a fuck who's at quarterback, bro, because we've seen it before. You know what I mean? Tom Brady couldn't even play down there, bro. It's on record. You know what I mean? Just to me, I think this is a Miami defense game, and how I was just telling y'all when Nelson Aguilar had a 0, that week I had the Dolphins defense, and they gave me 20-plus points. I'm telling y'all, bro, I was in top 5 in FanDuel, and it was looking like I was
I remember that
for
week.
a couple thousand.
That's when they had 28 versus the Rams.
On my mama, they did, bro. Just playing down there, especially when you coming from either you coming from the West Coast or you coming from up top. Especially right now, we in December, you can't go down to that humidity, bro. That's 70 degrees with that humidity being so high, bro. That shit whoops you just like when you play in Denver. Shout out to motherfucking the Admiral. He's in Colorado right now, Robbie J. You know what I mean, man? That shit is a whole nother level, bro. On my mama, that shit matters. And them boys that play in 305, they practicing that shit every motherfucking day. So they ready to go. Shout out to the motherfucking coach. I can't even think of his name right now, but he's done turned that whole program around like a motherfucker, man. He's doing his thing.
That Belichick tree. I love Miami in this situation. I mean, look, they played the Jets last week, and they did what they were supposed to do. 20-3, they won. Now, the week before that, they lost 13-20 to Denver in a game they should have won. You know what I mean? If they played to that potential. You got Ryan Fitzmagic in there ready to do dirt. I like Miami's run game. They get Gaskin back this week. Definitely throw him in there. I'm taking Miami defense over the Bengals. But now I'm going to say this. Kai said, you invested in the Bengals, and you sound like me. You said you got Higgins, and I'm on the other side. I got Boyd. Bruh, I am not trusting Boyd, bro. They play Dallas next week, and that's the first week of the playoffs. I might think about it depending on how they play this week. But, man, bro, they looking like a sit. And, I mean, how do you feel about Higgins last week? He caught that touchdown, which saved them. You know what I mean? But the fucking quarterback play was terrible, bro. Like, god damn.
Yeah, realistically, it depends on who you got. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have DeAndre and Julio on my squad. So I got T. Higgins and Robert Woods. And unfortunately, I've been sleeping on Robert Woods the entire season, literally the entire season. That boy's been wilding. Every time I look up, I'm like, dang, I should have started him. Dang, every week. Dang.
Hey, you know what Robert Woods is like? You ever play Baccarat, Kai? Don't. If you haven't, don't play it. It's the worst game ever to lose. But in Baccarat, if like you bet player or banker, so sometimes the banker or the player might win so many times, and it's just making this L. And you like, damn, I should have been betting on it. But if I bet on it now, it's going to probably fall off and switch to the other side. So, let me stay away. And you could have been hitting the whole time. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Tricky. But bro, Higgins and boys, I'm terrified, bro. Like, terrified, bro. I'm going into the fantasy playoffs limpy. I can't play them, bro. 29 attempts, 17 completions, 136 yards. That's Brandon Allen.
You got to go down to Miami.
That's Brandon Allen. They about to tear them boys up. Let's get to the next one. Can Houston handle Indy with no Fuller? And what I mean by that is mostly can Brandon Hooks handle being at number one, and can QT and the tight end
that is not your cousin. His name is Cooks, not Hooks.
Cooks. I said Hooks. Oh, I'm fading right now. I've been speaking. I got the secret juice in here. I've been speaking and geeking this whole time, man. You know what I mean?
But there's the Brian Hooks, though. He's the actor. He's a good actor.
3 strikes off of 3 strikes. Hey, you left the homie in the sling. They say you left the homie in the sling all stuck, got his ass in the sling on that 3 strikes. But right. Man, can Brandon Cooks take the reins, bro? I mean, let me go grab the secret juice, but y'all talk about it. Let me know.
Fuck, bro. I mean, I like Brandon. Shit, there I go talking about this dude. Brandon Cooks, and he's where that number 33 is in that stag. He's from where one of our cousins is in Stockton, California. And so just to throw that back onto the field, the Brandon Cooks last 3 stops, he has been that guy. And maybe since that Fuller's not here and he's been able to play the whole load of the schedule right now, and it might be one of them breakout games. I know like 2 to 3 weeks ago, Cooks did have a 30-point game, 25-point game, because I think I was playing against Woodrow. Shout out to my dog Woodrow. He had him in this motherfucking lineup and he exploded that game. But yeah, though, I think this is the moment that Cooks has been waiting for. You know, I don't know what he has left on his contract and whatnot, but with Fuller being a free agent, this is where he needs to solidify his name in that office. Not to say this is his last chance of making a roster or whatnot, but just him being bounced around so much, he needs a solidified home. And for these last few weeks, even though they're not in playoff contention, they still playing for the new coach that's coming in. We know Romeo Cornell. I ain't going to say we know for 100% he's not going to get the job, but Romeo's 70 years old. You know what I mean? They might want to go offense and go get a motherfucking the boy, the enemy out of KC. It's other motherfucking the boy from Oklahoma, the coach. I can't even think of his name. He like 30-something years old, but he done had 5 Heisman Trophy winners. You know what I mean? It ain't been 5, but it's been Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? To be 100. You know what I mean? I can't even think of the name and his name.
Riley?
But
Was it Riley? Is it
Riley? You damn right, Lincoln Riley. You know what I mean? So they auditioning for the next coach. Deshaun is solidified 100%. You know what I mean? But I think this could be a Cook's game to where, you know what I mean, he light they ass up. You know what I mean? And the Texans been playing great ball though.
Look, I could see that, especially with the history of a Brandon Cooks. I mean, now he has had some injuries, so I mean, obviously, you got to go in knowing that he's kind of fragile, in my opinion. But other than that, let me ask y'all a question. What do we think has been holding him back? Has it been Fuller? Is that why? So the only reason we believe Cooks isn't going off more is because Fuller, right?
Actually, I take that back. I don't think it's Fuller, but go ahead.
I actually can see how it can be some Fuller and a little bit of just him himself. And the reason why I'm saying this is looking at his stats. I mean, honestly, the game you're probably talking about, Guccini, is when he played the Jaguars. He had 8 catches for 161. That's probably what'll do it for you, right? Other than that, he hasn't had a 100-yard game. I am going to count the one against the Ravens where he did have 95, but he hasn't had a lot of value either. But that goes with the question with no Fuller. So I'm gonna say no, though. I don't think that is. And David Johnson is back, right?
Yeah, I think he is playing this week.
I think I don't think it's gonna be what people would expect. Would I start him in the flex? Yeah, absolutely. That's to me where I would go. But I think to answer the question though, yeah, Houston can handle Indy though. I don't trust their quarterback on their end and Indy.
And see, and that goes with it's kind of like I'm back and forth with this, right? So, like you said, I look at his numbers with Fuller, and I see the targets are there. You know, we'll go back all the way to week 5 and go down 12 targets, 9 targets, 9 targets, 9, 8, 5 in the last 2. I'm gonna say the targets are gonna be there. But like you said, the yardage really isn't there. He's been used to move the chains, and he hasn't been that deep ball presence. Now, maybe they use him as a deep ball guy. But on the flip side, maybe they weren't using him as a deep ball guy because he can't get there like he used to. You know what I mean? And not only that,
be a little bit of the chemistry though.
Chemistry could be a part of
it. Fuller was drafted by them dudes. Watson has been there to build that rapport, even though that Fuller, has missed. I think I heard on the radio he's played 53 games out of 80-something total possible games in his career. He's been in the league 5 years, 4 years, whatever it may be. And, we can't down a brother for, coming up limpy ones in every season that he's played. But he's also been there for training camps. He's been able to build that rapport with Watson. So he's able to have that trust factor with him. And with them shipping off Hopkins, it was his time to step up. And that's what it was this whole year. He was stepping up as that number 1 guy, and Watson leaned on him a whole lot. And, maybe Cooks was kind of the forgotten one, not to say he was forgotten. It was just that rapport wasn't built up, especially with the type of offseason that we had. It wasn't the regular type of offseason that we're accustomed to, you know what I mean? And just shit like that. So yeah, I definitely can see it being Cook's time right now.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Kai, bro, and I'm gonna say no way in hell. I think Cook's reign is over. They got Chicago, Indy twice. Cincinnati's the easy one, and then that's it. If your playoffs go to week 16, I'm gonna say that if I look at that team, and I literally just thought about it as Kai was talking, and David Johnson, Kiki QT, Atkins, none of them were somebody that you're going to game plan against. Like, there's no way you're game planning against them. The only person to game plan against is Brandon Cooks. And I don't think they got a shot. You feel me? I'm going with Kai right now. Look, right, we got Brody Cortez, man. He just jumped in the stream. Welcome, Brody Cortez.
Hey, they told me it was at 6 o'clock, bro. What y'all doing?
Nah, we've been on for 50 minutes, Jack. You knew what time. Hey, but look, right? Hey, look. Formally, we want to introduce Kai and Brody Cortez to each other.
He got the Laker gear on the first meet. Come on, bro.
This the only Warrior fan I know to the bottom of me right there. But look,
bro.
Hey, look. So look. Kai been, just to give you a brief. Kai been rocking with us since the jump, man. He reached out like JD said. And it's been nothing but love. Hey, this the editor extraordinaire right here. This is who I'm like, ooh, you feel me?
You need to throw in some tips.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it to you like this, Kurt.
Some tips,
no, look,
I got y'all, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna give it to you like this, Kurt. I'm gonna introduce Kai like this, right? I gave him an offer and said, bro, if you come to the AOB draft next year and do the video and the editing, bro, we're gonna pay for your flight, your room, you good, bro. We'll pay for your flight in your room, and you can bring your lady if you want to, bro. You got to pay for her flight, but I'm officially offering that to you. We might be in Miami. We might be in Cabo. We might be somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a shooter.
It's in there.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Roll up right in front of me,
hey,
bro. I gotta
I'm mad. I got the kids. We ain't at the studio. If y'all like the Heart2Start podcast, you know we be in the studio when it's S3.
Yeah,
I be chain smoking, bro.
It ain't me.
I be chain smoking, man. But since we on StreamYard, I'm at the crib in the office. You know what I mean? And the kids is in the other room. I can't be smoking in the house.
Hey, Goo, you know what's crazy, Gucci? The last time I was on the show with you, bro, you remember?
We was blowing it down.
That was the last time. That's crazy. And then
I'm on a little dry out, man. I'm just trying to further my 9-to-5 career right now.
Yeah, don't get started back.
But but what I'm doing is I'm trying to further that in the short run so I can get up out of there and make this my main term thing, my business that I own, and this right here, bro. These is my passions, bro. Is my business. And this shit right here, bro, 100%. So I'm trying to make that happen to where I can, whoop, and you know what I mean, some shit like that. That's all it is, though, bro. Just to give a little backstory. You know,
I was thinking about us earlier. Just it's crazy. We all find time in the podcast, but we all running our own little businesses too, and we 100%. All find time to bring content.
But this brand right here for all of us, though, that's in this community. These is our brands, brand. We pushing it. And the whole thing is the Heart2Start ain't just, you know what I mean? It's a collective thing that, like how you said, we came together and we all got this shit going, just like everybody else in our community, bro. That brand is what represents our daily shit, though, bro.
Thanks.
I appreciate that intermission right there, man. Hey, look, Kurt, I want to give a quick. You play Wood this weekend, so y'all playing for the bye right now, right? Yeah. Brandon Cooks. Without Fuller, is he a dud when he's the only one they game plan against? What you think?
When I seen him in the lineup, I was like, cool. Cause I ain't gonna lie. As the first receiver with Cooks, like I think you said it last week. His most receivers' value will go up when they become the number one option, like a Jefferson or somebody like that. I think his goes down. I think him in number one corners, having that attention. It is going to affect him.
Yeah. Let's jump into the next topic, man. Is this Taysom Hill's biggest test with how good the Falcons' defense has been? So, Kurt, how we run it tonight is I'm leading into the games that we're talking about with the topic, but you can go into the fantasy. You can go into the fantasy. You can go into the fantasy players you love or hey, look, if y'all gonna be listening on iTunes and you don't know what we laughing and kikiing about, and it might be some shit you missing, come over to YouTube and check us out, man.
He letting it be known.
Like, we ain't no ugly people to
right
look out.
now,
We ain't no
bro.
ugly people to look out, man.
I be back and forth to LA a lot on the road, and sometimes you don't want to stop and go to the bathroom. I can use that.
Hey, shout outs to the homie Kevin Carter, bro. I follow we on Twitter, bro. Hey, Kev was in the back and he handed Willie the cup back in high school. We was on our way to San Luis Obispo to play in a tournament, and they like, we ain't pulling over. He handed him the big gold cup. They swapped, gave him the cup. They gave him another one, and he pissed on the thing. Coach was hot.
Gotta go.
He tried, though. You know what I mean? He tried. But nah, Taysom Hill, man, Falcons defense been playing crazy lately. Like, I seen a stat that, like, they're top 4 since they fired the coach, fired Quinn. You know what I mean? Is this Taysom Hill's biggest test or what? What y'all think?
Can I answer this real quick? Because I've been getting these Taysom Hill questions, right? This is his biggest threat, right? I think he is his own threat. And I say that because, okay, so you're going against a pretty good defense in the Falcons, right? Are you going to throw the ball? Are you going to run the ball? What is really going to happen? Are you going to throw a touchdown? What's your game plan as a Saints fan or a Taysom owner this week? So what is your expectation? And for me, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't believe in him, bro. Like I've seen too many quarterbacks with the same skill set that people write off quickly. But for some reason, like, hey, he's like, I don't know. I'm not seeing it, bro.
I don't know the reason, but I feel you.
Right. But with that being said, though, the Falcons are playing pretty good right now, right? On the defensive side. That's what I'm gonna say, because that offense is trash. I got Matt Ryan, I got Julio, and I'm questioning I'm trying to figure out where Ryan is gonna go next season. That's pretty much where I'm at. But as far as Taysom Hill, right? This is not his biggest test. This isn't his biggest test yet. This is another divisional game.
Today. He only got
they played Atlanta already.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They played Atlanta already, but they got a little bit of tape. They didn't have no tape. That was the first game he started. It was a blank page.
Then it has to be his biggest test to date.
Yeah,
absolutely. As a starter, yeah, I'm gonna have to say yeah. But
okay, I'll flip it like this: if he does good this game, based on how good Atlanta has been playing, are you trusting him in situations where?
No,
Atlanta, bro. That's why they'll do this.
In the year,
week, what happens?
I said this last week about Kyler late in the year. This time, you got to win from the pocket. And teams not going to let you just scramble and do all these crazy things and play backyard football late in the year. And then when these playoffs come, and if Taysom Hill is the quarterback of the Saints in the playoffs, like, they're going to get drugged. Just like we saw Lamar get drugged in the playoffs last year because he can't win from the pocket consistently.
But that's the thing, though. Can he even throw in the pocket consistently? Because you can get outside the pocket. That's what I've been trying to tell people. When you have a quarterback like I'm a Cowboy fan. Let's just get this out the way, bro. So you already know.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I know. Let me just get it out the way.
He down there an enemy. He a Warriors and a Warriors and a Niner fan right here.
Look at it's the
home season.
Let me take a sip real quick. But what was I saying? Damn.
You was talking about that.
What was I talking
you was
about?
talking that option.
Oh no, what I was saying was real quick. What I was telling people about Dak is that it's not that you got to be a running quarterback. It's that you have to be a moving quarterback. I was telling people that what they should do is move the pocket for Hill. If the boy got some legs, which clearly he does, and he's a talented guy, man, let's not take that from him. Move the pocket then. So that way, if it even breaks down, then it makes sense for him to use his legs. I don't think that I think they're running, obviously, Drew Brees' offense for Taysom, not an offense for Taysom Hill, if that makes sense. So I don't think this is going to work for him in his favor. And to answer the question, though, if he were to play good against the Falcons, it doesn't do anything for me. It's the Falcons. They're like the Lions, the Jets, the Bengals, too inconsistent for me personally. Yeah, I'm not gonna put them that low, but you know what I mean, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of on the same joint with you. You know what I mean? But I think that Taysom Hill can ride the ship even all the way through the playoffs, though. I think that Sean Payton is a great enough offensive-minded coach to where he can put him in certain situations, and then with the talent around him, when you got a Kamara, when you got a Latavius Murray that just hit for 124 last week on a fucked up ankle for Kamara, I think they can hit you, excuse me, at multiple facets on the offensive side of the ball to where, you know what I mean, that Taysom Hill can not flourish as well as Drew Brees, but be able to get them to where they need to be. And that's just not turning the ball over, not giving the ball away, you know what I mean? Giving the ball to your playmakers. And the way that the New Orleans defense has been playing as well. New Orleans defense is a top defense as well, bro. They get into the quarterback. They creating turnovers. You know what I mean? So they can ride the ship with Taysom Hill through to the playoffs, bro, without a doubt. And with them being 8-3 right now, I think what their record is, I'm pretty sure that they're 8-3. They're fighting for the number 1 seed with Green Bay as the top seed in the NFC. So more than likely they're gonna get a bye and they're gonna be able to prepare for their
9-2.
Say that again.
9-2. They up
9-2. Green Bay, I think, got 3 losses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right now, they up there as the number 1 seed in NFC. So if the playoffs was to start today, they will be able to game plan for their next opponent, whether they gonna play the 7th or the 6th seed, whatever it may be, whoever wins that Saturday or that Sunday game, and Sean Payton gonna be able to come up with a scheme to go ahead and beat that team if it is Taysom Hill, to where he ain't got to throw 30 times like Brees do, huh?
Sean Payton don't play on the field, though. He still got to complete them.
No, I understand that, but he's the one that's making the game plan. Kyle Shanahan don't play on the field neither, though, and he schemes up everybody.
Well, he got his full arsenal of players.
Who do?
Well, not now, but in the playoffs, he had most of his players. He had Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's been scheming up a lot of players. He's been scheming up a lot of defense with Mullins. We only had Jimmy for 3 games this year.
I think you see the drop off though. You see the drop off, and it's not going to last. It's not sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable with Taysom Hill. They kind of run. You right. They kind of run the same offense with a little bit of mix in there for Taysom Hill. But when they do switch the offense a little bit for Hill, it fucks up Kamara. So they fuck up whole shit really. And bro, so he just going on.
I'm gonna cut you off there. I'm gonna say Kamara's injury is more than we thought. I'm going to say that for Kamara, but I'm going to also flip it. Matter of fact, I'm going to make 3 points. I'm going to make 3 points, and I'm a little faded, so you can mix the points and pull out however you want to, right? I'm on this secret juice right now, right? So look, right? Taysom Hill, I get what I get what y'all say. It's a little mixture or something.
It's one thing. If y'all think that Taysom Hill proves something by beating the Falcons, he ain't that good to you.
Exactly.
Nope. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that, but if I throw in what JD, if I mix what JD said about Sean Payton being a great coach, right? Now I look at Taysom Hill and I look at nobody knows, nobody's seen him sit in the pocket and pass, nobody's seen him pass at all. The first time we got to see it was versus the Falcons. He went 18 for 23 for 233. Now I seen at least a 40-yard fluke bomb. It was 30 to 40 yards of like Michael Thomas. So let's just say 17 for 22 for 199 yards, right? But again, he has the ground capability. So Kai, you asked, what do you want out of Taysom Hill? What do you expect? What I expect is,
I want to be a quarterback.
For example, well, this is fantasy. For example, I'm playing Taysom Hill over Brady because Brady's on a bye, so I don't have a choice. Right. But I also have Taysom Hill in a league where I have Kyler, where I'm worried about his injury, but there's nobody out there. But when you say, what do you look for in Taysom Hill in fantasy? For me, it's insurance. For 2, it's a floor of, I know he had 15 last game, but they won 31-3. They didn't need him. So I'm going to say his floor is 17 to 20. So if you, Kai, you ask me what do I want in Taysom Hill, my answer is I want him to be Josh Allen. I want him to be Josh Allen last year. I want his floor to be 20. I want his floor to be 20 with a potential to give me 25 points. We're talking about fantasy where shit happens. People get hurt. Anything can happen. If you say, what do I want out of Taysom Hill? That's what I expect out of him.
Who is he going to get the points from? Where is he going to get the points from, though? Just
it can be ugly.
Hey, for 20,
ugly how though?
For a touchdown, he gonna have 6 because he gonna have.
He could get a touchdown. He could get 200 yards, a touchdown. Bro? He can get 200 yards passing in a game where they need him to pass. Okay, I look at the schedule coming up. I see Philly. That's a tough one at Philly. KC, Minnesota, Carolina. Minnesota is week 16. If you're desperate and got to play him, I'm comfortable. Obviously, we got to see what's going on. But if you say, what are you looking for in Taysom Hill? I'm going to tell you, I imagine him as Josh Allen last year. Nobody knew what to expect. He could use his legs to score in the red zone. Equals a safe fantasy floor to me. That's
I don't think it's 20.
No, 17 to 20. I'm saying 17 to 20 because he had 15 last game, but he only had to throw the ball 16 times. They were up 31 to 3.
They were playing
Denver had wide receiver
more than that. He's never going to throw the ball more than that. And if he has to throw the ball more than that, it's bad news.
Hey, but like I said, if you ask me what do I want,
I understand what y'all. I understand both sides.
Let's give it to you in a super flex league. You said you want a quarterback. Well, I want a motherfucker who got a safe floor. 2 quarterback leagues, you playing different type of depending on how you draft it.
Okay.
I'm going with Taysom Hill with a safe floor. I love his floor.
Realistically, you are right. You know why? Because again, we are talking fantasy. If we take everything out besides fantasy, absolutely. Because the guy is gonna. Well, he threw for what 200 something. Had he had a touchdown or two, it would have been great.
Had he had it,
I understand where that's coming from.
Could have thrown for 200 easy. I don't want could haves in fantasy. I want it.
But that's what fantasy is. It could have possibilities, and we don't fucking know.
But the cold thing is the only reason why you're firing up Taysom is because either your quarterback is on a bye or your quarterback got hurt. That's it. He's not a must start.
The only reason you playing
he's not a must start. Brady's on a bye this week.
Reason you playing him.
Brady's on a bye this week is the situation.
But he's a great option to throw out there right now, just based on what he presents on the field.
Bro, if you got a loose roster spot, and this is the playoffs, bro. We got the merch coming, and we gonna send some to all the homies that's been fucking with us. One of the first shirts is the Heart2Start emblem, and on the back it say, "If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready." If your team got a good quarterback and you look on the wire and you see Taysom Hill, Bridgewater, you see Phillip Rivers, which I do like Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins. If somebody grab Cousins and you got, I like Taysom Hill with his floor, bro, and that's just what I'm gonna say on that side of it. I like him as, and when I say is this his biggest test, it's more so with fantasy purposes though. And I like what
good question.
I like what y'all say where you say if you do good versus the Falcons, I'm not impressed. But let's keep in mind they're the number 4 I think it's 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4 ranked defense since they fired Quinn overall. You know what I mean? We can jump to the next topic. I like where this is going. Hey, Kai, you see when Kurt jumped in here, man. It was a little arguing going on, and not because we don't have different takes, not because we don't all have different takes, and we're all going to have different takes, but it's playoff time, so animosity is a little, you know what I mean? It's serious in the league.
It's
only between them two right there, though. The guy up top, I don't give a fuck about him.
He got on you. Hey, you know what? I'm pulling
fuck with him over there, bro.
You see what we are with it over here, though.
Hey, I'm pulling JD card, Kurt. I'm pulling JD card right now with the viewers, bro. I told him, hey, viewers, I said I play JD, Kurt play Wood. We all playing for something this week. Kurt said let's meet up at the studio on Sunday, watch football together, and live stream it just to have it on there, right? JD
You
like
want to do that right now, knowing
bro,
damn well.
I'll be at home.
I told you why I had to leave on Monday early, though, bro.
We talking about Sunday.
No, but what I'm saying though is what I do on Sunday.
Not Monday.
Listen to me. Why I had to leave early on Monday? That the show we just filmed is part of the reason why I can't come on Sunday, though.
No, I already knew in the morning. I told Kurt. I said if JD came. I said if JD came. Look, I said if JD came. I said if JD came. I said if JD came, it will be after he go have breakfast, which he do every Sunday. Kurt, am I lying?
Yeah.
I said that, but let's jump on to the next one. I'm just talking
it ain't
shit.
No breakfast
I'm just talking shit, bro.
Thing, though, bro. I had to leave. You know, I got to be over there.
I'm just talking shit, bro. You know what I mean?
I hope so, bro.
Hey, can the Rams? The Rams do to the Pats what they just did to Kyler? No, wait. I'm faded. Can the Rams do what the Pats just did to Kyler? So can the Rams contain Kyler like the Pats just did?
Absolutely.
Lead it off, bro. Lead it off.
I mean, I just think it's late in the year again. I'm on this late in the year. You running the ball and you got to win on third down from the pocket for the most part. They're not going to let Kyler just run around and do all these crazy things all year. They got a lockdown corner over there. They got the pass rush. Same shit the Pats got. Same type of, structure on defense. You know what I'm saying? They obviously going to watch the film and see what the Pats did last week. Fitz not being there is going to be a problem. Kyler might still be nursing the shoulder. We don't know. But I don't know if it's so much the injury. I just think, teams are kind of figuring out a way to stop Kyler right now. And it's been about 3-4 weeks in a row where he hadn't been going crazy.
He had 20, 30, and 44, 48, 32 all before that, bro. I give it to you with the defense.
The last few games, what are his last three, what I just said?
6, 20, 30, 44.
Yeah, 44 his last game?
4 games.
Nigga, 30, 26 is going down.
He just had 6 last game. He had 20 before that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on the defense part. I'm not gonna say teams. I'm not gonna say teams are figuring it out. I'm gonna say New England is the scheme gods, right? And I'm gonna say they play a good Rams defense. So if you say that the Rams in New England are gonna do their thing against him and shut him down, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
Look at you could go on Yahoo if you're in a Yahoo league and you could see these first 8 weeks all green except for Washington. Now look at what he got now. I think that's what it is. He's playing against cupcake defenses all year. I love Kyler. Don't get me wrong.
Look at that greens and reds. Kai, talk to me, bro.
I think bad defenses. Was you not just talking about the Falcons being number 4 the last 3-4 weeks? Was you talking about that or not?
Oh,
bro, I'm here, bro. It's spicy now.
Nah, I think if he's healthy, if he's halfway decent, no. But to answer the question, can they? Yeah, absolutely. They got the talent to. Do they have the scheme like New England? Do they have that
not at all
power? Absolutely not. Now, when we say can they?
The Rams don't.
I don't think they have the schematics to literally stop him from getting out of the pocket, because it's not necessarily okay. Do I think that the Rams can stop him, sack him, hit him? Yeah. But do I think he can make some big plays outside the pockets against the Ram more than the Patriots? Yes, I do. And I think it's because, again, the scheme. Now, how effective is he going to be? That's a different question. I do think that he will have a good combination of run and throwing yards this game. But you mentioned that secondary, and they are going to be trying to get to the quarterback. So I just think that he's going to have a low 200-yard game with maybe 40 to 50 rushing yards. And if he has a couple touchdowns with that, is that not a good game? So I think that that's very much possible if he's, looking like, regular Kyler Murray.
I think that the Rams will not be able to do what the Pats. They won't be able to duplicate that 100%. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is on the Rams, but I know who the head coach. I know who the defensive coordinator is. And both of them have a Belichick behind their name.
100%. He has his son over there running the defense as well. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about Donald. Not to discredit what Donald presents in this game or whatnot.
Robbie on there talking about Donald not letting that happen, fellas. That's
I feel it. I feel it. No, I understand it. I definitely do understand it. But I just don't think that, you know what I mean, that the Rams they're not going to be able to duplicate what the fucking Patriots did against Kyler, bro.
Nope.
I mean, it's just something in me.
It's switch flop. Offensive juggernaut no more. They a defensive team now.
Who is?
The Rams. Rams are a defensive first team.
They're
now.
a defensive team, and they let Nick Mullins whoop their ass.
Division game. And, you know, Shanahan owns them niggas.
Well, this is a division game as well.
They want to be.
It wasn't a division game when the Patriots came in and shut his ass down.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not saying
I
didn't say that was a division game. I'm talking about the Niners.
The Rams was a division game, but this is a division game as well.
You think the Pats defense is better than the Rams defense?
It's not that I don't think that they're better. It's just to think that the coach and the scheme was the game plan was a whole lot better. This is Belichick,
sure,
bro.
giving it to the coach.
Ain't nobody else. Man, no, I don't see it, bro.
I really
don't. I see. I think last week was a sign of things to come from Kyler, to be honest.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Somebody in the comments said, let me go find it. They said if we'll see. They said we'll see if he's healthier this week, right? Kyler looks scared since his injury. Joey, shout out to Joey. A lot of he said if he's healthier this week, we'll see. I'm gonna say this. I'm fortunate fantasy-wise in a situation where I don't need Kyler this week because I'm in the playoffs no matter what. If I needed Kyler to go off like I do because my team, to me, he's my best player, I'm a little worried about the Rams this week. Like Robbie said in the comments, shout out to Robbie, shout out to the Run Boys. We always shout y'all out. We always talk about y'all.
I didn't say fuck Aaron Donald, bro.
No, not say that, but I'm saying like
the boy Joe.
I'm saying like I'm scared this week. I'm scared this week as a Kyler owner, and because the talent, like Robbie said, their talent is way more than New England. So yes, this week. But when I look at Kyler's schedule the rest of the way, the Giants have been playing good. Philly, they play them at home. They play San Francisco at home. Yeah, those defenses have been good, and they've been scheming, and I'm with the health part. If Kyler's healthy, he's going to do what he do, and he doesn't have to throw for 300 yards. He's only thrown for 300 yards 2 times this year, over 300 yards. Everything's been in the twos. The run, he's going to run. Have you seen him run? Even with the injury, he knows how to run and get out of bounds. He's come from a baseball background. He could have played in the major leagues. He knows how to slide. Like, I'm not worried about Kyler, but if there was a game to be worried about Kyler, it would be this one. And I'm with you on that one, Kurt.
But what is the worry for you?
Fantasy right. Points. When you got Kyler that's been giving you 30 plus, that's when you worried that he's going to get you 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay.
When you might be fighting for your playoff life. You fighting for your playoff life. Are you worried?
What other quarterback is out there that's going to get you above?
Well, you're not starting nobody over Kyler. You're not starting nobody over Kyler. But
these few weeks with these tough opponents coming
when you talking shit, you know, I talk shit, win, lose, or draw. So I might talk a little less shit.
That happened last week against New England is not going to happen against the fucking Rams. And
he's gonna have a good, I think he's going to have a good game, bro.
That's my standpoint right here. And like how Joe was saying, I said, fuck Donald. It's not like how I'm saying, no, just completely writing him off. It's just that the way that New England was able to, I mean, we talked about this when New England played the Raiders. You know what I mean? How they was able to shut out the tight end Waller. We talked about it when New England played, I can't even think, just a couple of weeks ago. The shit is all on camera. We talked about how New England is able to pinpoint focus on that one main motherfucker and make him obsolete.
And Ramsey could do
that, though, bro.
Jalen Ramsey plays for the Rams, and he could do that.
Wait, let me ask y'all something. So again, like you were saying, Kev, like this is obviously we're talking. Let's take away his injury. Let's just say he's fully healthy, right? If he's fully healthy, are you still scared? Are you still scared? And then
No.
before you answer that, real quick,
I think the Rams
whose defense
are
is
full
better? Whose defense is better, the Rams or the Dolphins?
Rams.
The Dolphins.
Okay.
Rams.
And what did he do against the Dolphins?
Did him in.
He had
44 points.
Exactly. He had 300, 3 touchdowns, and over 100 yards.
But if we're talking about
we're comparing those two.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
What week was that?
I know. I understand. That's a good question.
He said pre-injury. He said, "Are you?"
No, that was week 9. I was really asking.
It was last month.
Look, the injury is what scared me for sure. But I'm gonna flip it with the injury. If the injury that scared me, it's the little, the fantasy devil and angel on your shoulder. The devil is saying, that boy hurt, man. He hurt. He ain't finna do that, bro. But the angel is saying, bro, they 6-5, bro. They fighting for their playoff life. If you hurt, bro, we'll fix you in the offseason. Let's put it all on the line. We trying to do what we ain't did in a while. Let's get in the motherfucking playoffs. Murray, figure it out. Let's do it. You feel me? And that's the flip side of it for me.
But that's the type of mentality he has on himself, though. You know what I mean? He's the number 1 overall pick. He could have been the number 1 overall pick in baseball as well. He's a motherfucking baller. Don't nobody got to tell him what's on the line right now. That motherfucker know what's on the line, and he gonna go out and go give it his all. That's because that's what the fuck he been doing. He's been a top flight talent since fucking junior high school, probably. You know what I mean? He know what's on the line. I think that he gonna go out there and go show his ass, bro.
Hey, I want to ask y'all a question. Let's get back. Let's dive a little bit more into this game, and I want to ask you guys, who do you like more for the stash, the long run, the fantasy playoffs? This is, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. It's a mantra on the Heart2Start podcast. Who do you like more in the long run, Damian Harris or Cam Akers? We could start with JD. Let me know.
I like Damian Harris because he's the one that's getting the more attempts. But for the last 2 games, motherfucking Cam Akers has been able to show that he's able to hit that motherfucking payter. But Damian Harris is getting, 17, 18, 19 carries a game. Sometimes he hasn't been able to reach that payter, but he's getting the attempts. You know what I mean? But yeah, though. But I got shares of both of them. I was able to go and shout out to Robbie here, and this motherfucker, he's in here right now. I was able to go get Cam Akers off the motherfucking wire, and he's in my lineup right now, bro, on everything. And I got multiple shares of Damian Harris, and he's not even in my lineup right now, bro, on everything. But I definitely like Damian Harris, though, bro, without a doubt.
The long way. You like Harris. We got we talk about the Rams after this week versus the Chargers. You got the Rams, Miami, and Buffalo for the fantasy playoffs. You like Harris over Akers in that situation?
I like Akers because Akers got week 15, 16. He got the Jets and he got Seattle. And I know he ain't getting the attempts and stuff right now, but he looked like, if you just the eye test, he looked like he the best back over there for sure. And he's gradually gaining McVay's trust. And I think they're going to start, it's all speculative. Obviously, I don't know shit, but we've been waiting for Akers to break out and be the guy all year. So I'm pretty sure like Swift and Dobbins starting to get more acclimated in all these rookies. I feel like it's going to be the same for Akers. He's fresh. He's the most fresh. I'm rocking with Akers.
Hey, I like that point Joey just said. He said, I got Cam Akers. I like Harris, but New England is always a mixed bag of running back. I think Akers will take over. That goes with your point, Kurt, that they're scheduled at the end. You said Seattle and who else? The Jets. Yeah. Man, look, Akers looks like the best running back over there. And again, we are talking about stashes. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. We talking about shedding that dead weight that's on your roster at the end and getting some players that might mean something later. If you're not looking ahead, you dead in the water if something happens.
If this Arizona game don't show me that he's getting a 60% of the opportunity share, then I'm not touching him like that for the last 3 weeks. 100%, and that's Akers.
Yeah. If we comparing Akers to Harris, I think everyone in the comments is saying Akers. But if we comparing, are you stashing Akers? I think everybody would agree with him being one of the top, ads this week. You know what I mean? For sure. We got a quick question. Let's get this one out. Joey said, let me know what y'all think of these sleepers for DFS. Kenyon Drake, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Denzel Mims, DJ Chark, Robert Tanya. Low ownership showing for all of these guys. I'm gonna jump back and I'm gonna let them say what they think, but I'm gonna jump back to what I said at the beginning of the show. Go grab Dalvin Cook, go grab James Robinson, and I'll take Aaron Jones because of the passing. But I'm starting not to like Aaron Jones because of how they're using Jamal Williams. It is identical to how it was last year. I was desperate last year and had to play Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones at the same time, and they both were getting me like 26 points combined at some point. So I really don't like Aaron Jones right there. I think I'm going to stay away from that one. What y'all think?
My thing is I mean, coming off the game that Drake had last week, you damn right. You're gonna have to definitely fire him up, especially if he's only like 67. If he's under like 7,100, you damn right you go fire him up. You know, I don't know what DFS you play on. You know what I mean? FanDuel and DraftKings, they prices be just a little bit tad off. But I'm fucking with Drake too though, because I've seen that Drake can go ahead and go eat. Miles Sanders kind of scares me against Green Bay because that even though he presents a PPR format, I don't think that Miles Sanders is going to be able to just tear off 10 to 11 receptions, and they're not going to be able to continue to run the ball against him because Green Bay is going to get out on Philadelphia pretty fast this week, bro.
I think I'm with you on that. Look, I want to say something right quick, right? I meant to do this a couple minutes ago. Kai, look, we appreciate you. We know you got to go, bro. We appreciate you coming on short notice, bro. Please tell them where to find you again. We're going to make some clips so y'all can see the intro we got from our bro and where to, but tell them again where to find you, bro.
Man, I really appreciate it. I'm on Instagram, mostly Complicated Kai, right on the screen, spelled with that K. Video editing, if you guys need promos for your podcast, if your girl need a promo for her clothing company or a beauty thing, I do it all, man. Music videos, so just get at me. If you just want to chop it up, let's see what we could talk about or do, let me know. These boys recommend me. And
I'll be on the game too, though. I'll be on the game. All three of us be on the game too, though, big bruh.
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
Hey, I'm gonna say this about Kai too. You know what I respect?
I showed him
Hey,
already.
Hey,
Yeah,
you an editor,
100%,
bro. You an editor, and I asked you a couple questions about editing, and you gave me the answer. No problem. Like you're not worried about it, but the price goes up when you're doing your thing, man. And we see what's going on in the fantasy community, and Kai is doing his thing. Y'all go check out a lot of his edits on the Run Boys. Y'all go check out Jada Fantasy Plug. He got interviews with so many people. Kai does his edits. They work together, and it's a beautiful thing. We definitely going to post a link in the bio. Bro, y'all fuck with Kai. And like he said, it don't matter what it is. You got a wedding. You want some film. You want him to shoot something. Where you go to school at, bro? Tell him. Like, this shit ain't play. Where you go to school, bro?
LA Film School, bro.
Come on, bro. We're over now, man. You know what I mean? Hey, say no more, bro. We appreciate you for coming through, bro. All the time. Anything you need, bro, let us know for real, bro.
Hey, 1,000%, man. This is one of the fun ones here. Please, guys, get me back on here.
Come on, bro. Now look, we gotta play. I'm glad you said that. Right. I'm gonna be a little more. We got a playoff special. We need a playoff special. We got Bogart.
We're trying to do a little panel like type.
We need a panel. Again, we're not gonna have it too long. You know. We just want that real advice for all the ones that we call hitters. Because since I've been listening to a lot of y'all, I don't even fuck with a lot of the other podcasts I used to fuck with. You know, when I see some of the new ones come up, I always check them out to see what they talking about and let me add them to the favorites. For the most part, bro, you already know, man. You welcome anytime, dog. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all kill it, though. Shout out, Run Boy. Shout out, Bill Boy. Shout out the plug, guys.
The plug and Joe. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, let's get back into it, man. We got a couple questions on the thing, man. Let's see if we can
go back to the DFS, though.
The DFS, I liked that one. I like that.
We're trying to get paid, man. We want this shit to pay off.
We're trying to get paid, man, for real.
Drake and Chark. I like Chark this week. It's going to be a lot of points. There's going to be a lot of opportunities on the board for Chark, playing against – they play in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Dalvin, Madsen, they're going to eat on them boys. They're going to get out early. I think it's going to be a lot of opportunities for Chark. And the targets have been there. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities have been there. He just ain't been getting in the end zone. He's still a top talent over there He seemed like he's healthy now. So I would go with Drake and Chark out of that list right there. That'd be me.
I like Chark a lot because, like you said, low ownership is definitely going to be because that rib injury. You know what I mean? People worried about the quarterback, but that secondary ain't. You know, they got Jair over there. I think he gonna do what he do. I mean, not Jair. I didn't mean to say Jair, but Minnesota, all their cornerbacks are young. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah, I like Chark in that situation, and I love Tenyon. Like Kurt, you mentioned Tenyon on the last episode we had. I love Tenyon and Aaron Jones. He ain't exploded yet, so that might be one of those situations where he got the opportunity to go for 30, and people aren't trusting him because he, you know, with the Jamal Williams and them not using him as much.
Yeah, no, definitely. And my not to cut anybody off, but Joey said he got a lot of articles on the DFS type shit, and based on Robbie retweeting this show. That's how Joey was able to find us and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, and we all three of us fuck with the DFS, especially in motherfuckers in our home league as well. You know, we try and go get that bag off top. So shout out to Joey, man. Hopefully you'll leave your Twitter down or somewhere where we can find you too, though, Brody, because you're gonna be a great follow.
You know what? I just typed in the chat. I said definitely gonna check you out, Joey. I'm a daily fantasy guy. When the football season is over, we got a little basketball segment we're going to keep going, and we're going to give fantasy basketball advice, but more so daily fantasy advice. And we got one of the homies that's going to come on the show, and this motherfucker files taxes every year for his fantasy. He's going crazy. He's going crazy. We got another question right here.
Joey, though, bro.
What about
David Montgomery at 5,500?
Y'all know who that is, though, right?
That's Damo right there, right? That's Damo right there, right?
I hate Montgomery this week.
Look.
Yeah, I fuck with him, but nah, I fuck with Montgomery for sure at 5,500 this week. More than anybody that was on that list that we just had, and everybody on that list, running back wise, might be more than Montgomery. So
I mean, people going see. This is the thing about Montgomery, though, right? So when you play,
you left Twitter for us too.
Appreciate that. We're gonna definitely put that in the bio. When you and I'm gonna follow you. We're gonna follow you and definitely check out what you got going with that daily fantasy. Shout out to Joey coming over and checking us out. With David Montgomery, when we talk about something Joey said is that low usage. Like I think Montgomery coming off the 25 points, 11 for 103. Everybody's going to look at Detroit and say this is a sweet matchup. A lot of people are going to own David Montgomery. So I think this isn't the week for him in daily fantasy. But when you talking about, you know, we talked about it on the Monday show. Like he's possibly in that league winner category with the schedule they got coming up: Detroit, Houston, Minnesota, Jacksonville. Like. I love it, and I'm mad I don't have him anymore.
I get that point. You don't want to have him because everybody have him, but if everybody got him and he go crazy, then you out of it.
Yeah,
so I look at it that way too. I don't like to let that scare me off. Of my whole team ain't going to be a bunch of players that everybody owns, but if it's somebody that I really like, I don't really worry about if everybody else got him.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Let's jump into this next game. Since we talking about Detroit and Chicago, I couldn't really think of a headline in this game. So I just put the fucking records up there, man. You got Chicago that started off hot. You know what I mean? They fizzled out a little bit. You got Detroit who's missing everybody. You know, Stafford banged up, Galladay gone, Swift is going to be low usage. They're not going to use them like that. Who y'all favorite players in this game? Tell me something. I gotta go take a piss. So y'all talk about this game for a second.
My headline for this shit basically is these quarterbacks is auditioning for new teams. Basically, Trubisky could be gone next year and be on another team. And I think Stafford. I think there's no way he's on the Lions next year. So they pretty much, you know, they still going crazy. And they auditioning. You know what I'm saying? This week and the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, I think Stafford got a chance to be on there. It just depends on what the coach that they bring in and the GM that I don't know if they fired the GM as well. But I think Stafford got a chance to be on there. But in the Bears situation though, I don't think Foles or Trubisky has any type of shot of playing the 2021 season in a Bears uniform. You know what I mean? But on the other side though, I know it ain't no Galladay playing, so motherfucking I can't even think of my boy name right now. Marvin Jones. Yes, sir. I think Marvin Jones might got action. You know what I mean? I ain't firing him up, but I think that he might got a little bit of action. I don't know if Swift is coming back this week, but on that Thanksgiving
Limited
game,
usage.
Still sleepy.
Oh, Swift is out, by the way. Shout out to Robbie.
that's
Swift
big.
is out.
So then you got AP and you got Kerryon
I
Jones.
picked up
And they both
Kerryon in
had
the
a great
league.
game though, even though Kerryon didn't score in the week. I mean the Thanksgiving game, but Kerryon had a great game on that Thanksgiving game. He was able to catch passes and be able to put a few yards up on the ground though. You know what I mean? And AP was a bell cow in that Thanksgiving game. I know we 2 weeks removed away from that, but just to follow the trend. You know what I mean? But I don't know if you firing any of them dudes up though, whether it be Kerryon or motherfucking AP though. You know what I mean?
I don't like anybody really except for Montgomery. And
Yeah.
I mean, I like A-Rod.
Allen Robinson, but other than that,
Allen Robinson is a must start. But I'm starting to. So do y'all remember last year how before Trubisky fucked up and got hurt, he was like the Josh Allen type player where you could trust his ceiling, and he was kind of giving you those 20s and shit like that. I'm looking for Trubisky to get back to that a little bit. I mean, they just wrote him off. He ain't got nothing to lose, bro.
I can see that.
Then week one with of this season, Trubisky, who beat the Lions, 100% though on the last second play, the motherfucking I can't even think of the little wide receiver right now, bruh. And it wasn't Robinson. It was the boy from Memphis. Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller is the one that caught the game-winning touchdown. You know what I mean? But that's the game that Swift dropped the game-winning touchdown as well, though. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know the complete stats of how Trubisky plays against the Lions, but he's the Lion killer, though, bro. On my mama and my boys from the Bear Brews and the Bros, I know they got all the stats on that because I listen to a lot of talk radio when I'm at work. And somebody on the talk radio brought up how Trubisky kills against the fucking Lions. But I ain't saying go out there and go fire his motherfucking ass up unless you playing DFS.
I'm not really big on. I've been big on the last couple weeks. I was talking about I like Marvin Jones when y'all didn't like Marvin Jones, but I don't really like Jones against Fuller this week. And I don't know. I mean, I always temper my expectations against the Bears. The games that they're supposed to win, they don't win. And the games they ain't supposed to win, they play good and they fight and all that. So I don't really trust the Bears players too often.
Shout out to Richie 24 with the Marvin Jones stat, 9 games.
Robinson, I don't like Mitch. I wouldn't fuck with Mitch this week. Really, he gonna turn it over.
Think so? Detroit?
Bro, that's what, like you said, everybody think Montgomery gonna get off, boom, boom. Everybody think Mitch gonna get off, and that's when Mitch fuck up.
All right, he turns into Mitch Trubisky, as we like to call him. I look for Chicago defense to get back a little bit. To be honest, I like Chicago with a few games. Everybody wrote them off for them falling off a little bit, and I'm riding with them. I'm riding with Chicago defense. They play hard. It's just the offense that's fucking bad. Let's talk about the Giants and how their defense have been playing. Are they playing that good and Russell Wilson playing that bad for them to be able to continue their success against Wilson and that wide receiver core? What y'all think?
Hey, shout out to Eddie Kane, a.k.a. Josh Gordon. He's back.
He's back. Your boy. You pick him up?
Josh Gordon is going to be the number 1 wide receiver for the last 4 weeks of the season.
Hey, you and your guys, bro.
What's that
your fucking guy, bro?
That bottle over there, what's in that?
He drinking Hennessy, bro. He just got back on dirt.
Clearly.
For 1 week. 1 week only.
Man.
You brought that nasty ass Duce over to the studio.
Duce going crazy. You didn't like that shit, Kurt?
Horrible, bro. That shit is not cognac.
That shit is smooth, bro.
That shit is cognac.
It's gonna be tough. Like, I think Russ is just in a funk right now. He's only getting the ball to DK. He's really the only guy. Lockett not really getting the ball like that. He's just honing in on DK, and that might be him right now.
I think what it is just him them not being able to run the ball how they was able to run it with Chris Carson at the beginning of the year. And Rashard, I just got the thing. I got Rashard Penny benched or stashed in three leagues, maybe 4 leagues. You know what I mean? But I think it's more due just predicated to them not being able to have Chris Carson out there on the field and presenting what he was presenting the first 4 to 5 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? So hopefully they can get that running game going and take it to where he's not just trying to slang that bitch like how he's been doing for the last 3 games, which hasn't been panning out for him. But they're still at the top of the division, though.
Yeah, there's any way that I don't care how good they've been playing. I don't see, the Giants shutting down Russell Wilson. But he has been in a funk, and he has been tripping kind of lately, turning the ball over. And the Giants been playing, they've been playing well. But I think this is kind of McCoy. I think it's a get right game for them.
This is why I don't think the Giants can mimic what Philly did. So Philly D played good against Russ. They only held him to 14 points. I like the Giants D because they get a lot of sacks. They know how to pressure the quarterback. And I think that's where Russell has always had a problem because they never invest in their line. But playing the Giants at home with the 12, obviously the 12 man's not there anymore, but just Russ being at home, Carson's back. Exactly. I mean, it's going to be an ugly win. It's going to be look, I don't know if you could have an ugly triple-digit win, but this is going to be one of those. It's going to be an ugly double-digit, triple-digit win. I don't think the Giants could, their defense could only play. They could play good, but like you said, Colt McCoy's behind center. Even if Daniel Jones was there,
also put him in bad situations.
I'm not fucking with him.
Who was it that called Danny Dimes 6'9", bro?
That was Justin, man. I think that was Justin, man. Shout out to
Clock Management. Danny Dimes is 6'9".
Hey, we got a quick question. Lamar out, so Carr or Cousins' opponent has stealing. Just got word that Fitz won't start the whole game. Look, before they say something, if you can catch the show at the beginning, and somebody also said this in the comments, I think that Jacksonville has potential to have a game closer than you think. I'm sorry, the Jets. I think the Raiders turn into the Raiders. I think the Jets give them a close game, and I don't like Carter's game. I also said that the Minnesota game is going to be a run-heavy game, but give me Cousins with the play action, and I'll take Cousins' floor over Carr's floor any day right now.
I'm going to go Cousins as well in back-to-back 300-yard games.
Say that again, Kurt.
No, and I was just adding on to yours and the fact that your opponent has stealing, you kind of can just cancel out, his points too if he scores a touchdown. I like to do shit like that.
Yeah, double up, man. We call it the double up. Hey, Robbie was big on the double up, so he was them stacks, he called it, man. He was loving them stacks when we was drafted for the league. Cousins and Jefferson or Cousins and Thielen is a good stack this week. Like I said,
his opponent has Thielen though.
Oh, that's the cancel out. Like you said, that's the cancel out. That's like, hey, bro, you got Thielen, but that's like the Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
But it might be a Jefferson game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got a whole bunch of troll
but I'm
capability right now.
Over Carr this week.
I do like Carr. The Raiders is kind of like the Bears. When you think they're gonna do good, they don't, and when you think they don't, they do. So I think everybody gonna be off the Raiders this week. Oh, they back week, boom, boom, and then boom, Carr gonna bounce back. And he gonna fuck everybody else for the rest of their fantasy season because you don't know when to play him.
He gonna be looking at the scoreboard like this. When he fuck up, he be looking up like he
got bounce back game for this week. You got Carr starting this week, Damo?
Damo don't know. He all Damo knows is he in the offs.
Man?
He in the offs. He don't even care. He gonna figure that out later. Probably. He ain't got no choice. I mean, we all in the playoffs, so it don't even matter. You know what I mean? Raiders got a lot of pride right now, and they got embarrassed. That is a good point, Damo. I like that. But covering that 8 points,
Raiders
depending on how much juice you getting on that game, I think I would take the Jets, man. They hungry, bro.
Richie is a Raider fan. He said he'd rather take Cousins over Carr right now.
Yeah, I'm taking Cousins in that situation.
Jets been
he got the Raiders fitted on in the whole shit in this shit. I see you, big brat.
Hey, Damo, imagine putting 2 leagues on the line with Carr starting. Good luck, fella. Hey, the Jets with the points. Richie, that's my point. 8 points, bro. Give me the Jets. And look, we didn't mention Perryman. We talked about Gore, but we didn't mention Perryman as a sleeper. Bro, I love Perryman, bro.
Perryman for me.
Huh?
I was talking about Perryman when Flacco.
No, we were talking about him on the Wire show, but with Flacco. But as far as like this week and a person to stream, and people like the Bucks and the Carolina being on a bye, like I fuck with them for sure. I definitely fuck with them. Let's jump into the next game. Let's see. Okay, so look, we talked about can the Rams do to the Pats? Can the Rams do to Kyler what the Pats did? Let's talk about will the Pats do to Herbert what they did to Kyler. 6 fantasy points. No, wait, hold on. Kurt, you got Herbert. We know where you're going. JD, give it to me. JD, give it. I got Herbert too. I got Herbert. Go ahead, Kurt. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Herbert can beat you from the pocket. And can't nobody shut down Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen all over the field. He the best route runner in the league. And they got Mike Williams and Eckler back. That offense is low-key better than Arizona's. And Herbert low-key better than Kyler from the pocket. And he got wheels just like Kyler.
Hey, so JD.
But
JD,
you weren't talking about –
hold on.
Hey, no, hold on. Just one word.
I want to say something before you say something. Bruh, Bill Belichick, bro. You look – Anthony Lynn be looking like he should get fired every week. I'm taking the chest. I'm taking Bobby Fisher. I'm taking Bobby Fisher over the best player in New York, bro. Go ahead, JD.
No, my thing is when I was bringing up the Rams and whatnot, he wasn't bringing up Aaron Donald. He kept bringing up Jalen Ramsey. But they have Stephon Gilmore, and you keep talking about Keenan Allen. Stephon Gilmore is not on Jalen Ramsey's on his level.
He is. I don't think he's going to shut down Keenan Allen though. I don't see that.
I feel it, bro.
So y'all on they gave up 35 to Seattle. They gave up 20
who else ain't gonna give up 35 to Seattle?
They gave up 33 to San Francisco. They gave up 27 to the Jets. The Pats giving up the cheeks, bro. It ain't like it ain't last year's Pats, bro. They hit on beating up Kyler. They found a way to beat him. I don't think it ain't gonna be the same way beating Herbert. I just don't think that.
I'm gonna throw this out there. Shout out to Richie. He said Belichick equals Popovich. He does wonders with limited resources. Gilmore coming back. I'm gonna throw it to you this way. I'm gonna say that I think the Pats are one of the teams that could wholeheartedly, for sure, without a doubt, scheme something up to stop Herbert.
Oh yeah,
but
they can.
I'm gonna say this though. With Eckler coming back, I think Herbert's floor this week is good. Like he had only 15 fantasy points last week. I think giving 17 at the minimum this week. He could possibly get something, but the Pats, bro, is Belichick, bro. Like I said, I'm taking Bobby Fischer over the best playground chess player that they say is in New York. He could beat anybody, bro. I'm taking Bobby Fischer, bro.
When you're relying on a 25 to 30 pass attempts game and you're going against Belichick, I'm taking Belichick. But when the Niners and any other run first team plays this year's Patriots, I'm gonna take the run first team, the run first team on everything. So when you're gonna rely on throwing the ball with San Diego, what LA is doing, the LA Chargers is doing, I'm not taking them. I'm not taking Herbert. I'm banking on the Patriots to go ahead and shut that shit down, bro. 100%.
I'm going with the number one fantasy quarterback the last 9 weeks. That's what I'm going with.
Up.
Yeah, I'm fucking with Herbert, bro. I got him in 2 leagues that I'm at the top of the league.
I'm not fucking with Herbert.
I said I'm fucking with Herbert.
From what I see on film since the first motherfucking Super Bowl that they did against motherfucking I don't even know who the fuck the Patriots played in their first Super Bowl, bro. But I could tell you in about 5 minutes, I could tell you But since then, they know what they doing, bro. 100%.
It's crazy. It's
personnel at the end of the day, and they don't got the talent like they once had.
Look, when MJ
and they still shutting Kyler Murray down to 6 points.
But look, I'm gonna say this though. Hold on, y'all ain't gonna just keep shitting on. Y'all ain't gonna keep just shitting on my boy Kyler Murray, right? So
no,
look,
I'm not shitting on him.
I know. We talking about the pet, but look,
and
no,
what I
had no respect.
2000,
sitting no players that played the Pats all year. You didn't see the Pats on any of your players' schedule and was like, I'm sitting him. Not one player all year.
Listen, I'm gonna go devil's advocate here. I just want to throw this in there. Y'all not gonna shit on Kyler Murray because when I looked at that game last week, the way they were handing it off to Kenyon Drake in the red zone, that told me Kyler is banged up. They're trying to keep it out of his hands. It was a 10-17, 10-10 game. It was a one-possession game all game. They were trying to win and stay in the game off the run. So I'm going to put that game, I'm going to give that to Belichick's game plan, and I'm going to give it to Kyler's injury. But when we talk about this one, like Richie just said, I don't think the Pats will give Herbert time to play. They're super run heavy. I look at the Pats as being run heavy and able to keep Herbert off the field a little more. That's why I say his floor to me is like 17. His ceiling is probably like 22. I think you could book him for 17 to 22 this week, and that's still good. But Herbert's been killing, so we expect a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a shootout or nothing like that. So you're right about that.
But as far as your point about not scheming or not being worried about the Pats when you see him on the schedule, shout out to MJD when he was on live 2 Sundays ago. He said the Patriots are coming together and their defense is looking a lot better than we written them off. You know what I mean? For sure.
And that ain't nothing but Belichick though, bro. Belichick, he comes up in the New York Giants under Parcells, bro. That's what the fuck they was known for, though, bro.
We know who Belichick
and he applies that to every Brady. What?
We know who Belichick is, bro. We know where he came from.
I mean, but the question, you got to look at the question. The question is, we know you biased, bro. You got Herbert.
I'm not scared of Belichick this year because you saying the whole time Kyler hurt. And
hey, shout out to Wood, man. Nah, I'm gonna give it to Kyler being hurt, and I'm gonna say that mixing Belichick's scheme and then mixing the fact that they could run the ball better, and let's mix in the fact that the Chargers can't stop anybody on defense. I think time of possession scheme, they could definitely have a good chance of shutting Herbert down for sure. I'm gonna just say that if it was any team that it might be this one. And you playing for a bias, and you're a little biased, bro. I mean, you playing for the bias. Shout out to Woody in the comments right now, man.
I think if he don't have a crazy game, it's gonna be the possession thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tug of war type game in the trenches. But I think Chargers be trying to air that thing out, so I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. They can't. Gilmore can only guard one nigga.
Let's jump into the next topic, man. Can Aaron Jones return to early year form? This is a bad matchup for Aaron Jones with how good Philly has been against the run. But can he turn to, we know that to beat Philly with the run game, it will come through the air. You know what I mean? Is this Aaron Jones, or what y'all think?
That bias plays a whole part in these boys' opinions. That's all I got to say right now, boy. Oh, mama, boy, you niggas is off the chain right now with that bias, though, boy. The vision be cloudy.
Oh, I just dropped New England defense for the Rams defense in the Heart2Start. That's just how I was feeling. That's just how I'm feeling. Them was just my thoughts. That's what I was feeling at the time.
Cloudy vision, bro.
Oh,
Aaron Jones, man. Can Aaron Jones return to early year?
Yeah, I think he can because his game is just not solely on touching the ball 50 times and getting 150 yards on the ground. Aaron Jones, since his breakout season last year, which I wasn't on him last year and I wasn't on him this year. Shout out to my damn self for not misleading the people not to go get on Aaron Jones. But his game is not, he's just not a 1,200 yard rusher. You know what I mean? He's a 50 receptions and 7 800-yard 7 to 800-yard receiving yards on top of a 700-yard rushing yard, per season. So that's 1,400 yards combined. That's the type of shit that he brings to the table. And you damn right, I think he can get back on track as long as he's fucking healthy.
Hey, we laughing right now because, hey, shout out to Wood here in the comments, man. Like I always tell y'all, if y'all listening on iTunes or Spotify or any listening platforms and you don't know what we kikiing or ha-ha about, Wood plays Kurt right this week in our live draft league, the main league, and they're playing for a bye week right now. He said Aaron Jones 40 ball, my boy.
Hey, pull up Triple M right now, bruh. Shout out to Triple M, bruh. Nothing but love, bruh. Drop your motherfucking Twitter or drop your Instagram or drop both of them, Triple M. 100%, bruh. We appreciate that, though, bruh.
Hey, Wood said Aaron Jones going for 40.
I hope not, but that'd be crazy. That's my dude, though.
That'd be crazy. And that's one of them things where you like, Aaron Jones ain't did nothing in 5 weeks. He would do it versus me in Ha Davis voice.
That's one of them things when they get up big and he got like 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. And you like, okay, second half, they'll sit him or something. And they keep playing and they keep running the score up. Then they end up with 40 points.
Aaron Jones, though, man. Philly run deep been crazy, man. What y'all think, man? They gonna do it to him or what?
But like you said, he do. When he hit that 52, I was like, ooh, Aaron Jones, like that was my dude. And then since then, it's been a lot of 15s, 12s, 13s.
I mean, he was hurt though, bro. And he came back early. Like I said, it's that late season form that it was last year where they was using Williams a lot. Like Aaron Jones was banged up last year too. It's been a lot of.
I'm comfortable.
Drop your YouTube though, bro.
I'm comfortable with Williams right now, the way they're using them both.
7 games, Aaron Jones has not got over 20 points in 7 games. 10, starting from the most recent, 10, 17, 13, 12, 0, 0, 12. I'm going to mix it in with him being banged up a little bit, and I'm going to also mix it in with them doing what they did last year, using Jamal Williams. He's a capable running back that can still make something happen with doing the things that they do, and he knows the system. He was there before him. You know what I mean? So, we going to see, though. Let's talk about who scores more, KCD or Drew Lock. Who? I'm going to go Drew Lock here.
I was trying to find Triple M on motherfucking YouTube. He said all they got is YouTube. But I think Drew Lock scores more than the motherfucking Kansas City defense. You know what I mean? With the motherfucking with Drew Lock being at the helm and him having Hamler, him having Judy, him having his double running backs with Lindsey and motherfucking Gordon. You know what I mean? And Noah Fant. I don't think that, even though that KC can get up by 20 points, 21 points, three touchdown lead so fast, that just makes it even better for the Denver offense to just let that bitch fly. And Drew Lock, we've seen Drew Lock go ahead and be able to put points up before. So yeah, I'm on the Drew Lock outscores Kansas City defense 100%. That's where I'm at.
What you think, bro?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game where he's going to have to score a lot of points and put the ball in the air a lot. And KC defense, they kind of play down to their competition. When they play somebody that's dope on offense, like they don't come ready and play, and they kind of play down the competition to lesser opponents. So I think it's going to be Drew Lock for sure.
I'm going to say this. The last time KCD played Denver, they had 33 fantasy points. They won 43-16. The last time Drew Lock played him was the same game. He had 11 points, 24 for 40, 254 passing yards, no CDs and 2 interceptions. I'm going to go Drew Lock here just because, for one, I like the point where you say KC playing down to their competition. But at the end of the day, pride is on the line, bro. Like Drew Lock, they blamed him for the COVID outbreak. They blamed him for it. Like, I think he's actually a decent QB in a bad system. But I'm rooting for Lock this week. I'm rooting for Lock and I'm rooting for Judy. What about does Washington have enough to upset the Steelers, man? We talk about Gibson and how good he's looked, and JD has been an advocate for Pittsburgh run D not being that good, and players able to have good games or not even good games, just break long runs over them. We talk about, the scary Terry. We talk about Alex Smith being back. We even talk about the defense and how good Washington defense has been. Do you think they got enough to beat the Steelers?
Nah, I don't think. I think that Pittsburgh is on a collision course right now. I think they're legit trying to go undefeated and win all these games. They can win in multiple different ways. And it's been a few games. What it was Jacksonville last week, and then not last week. They just
Baltimore.
played. It was Jacksonville before that, and it was another game. They kind of start out slow, and you're like, "Oh, this might be the game." Pittsburgh lose, and then they end up winning by 20 or some shit. Like so.
I'm scared of the last game, though. Last game, they had RG3 look like and then Sorensen came in and threw it was like a close game the whole game. And I look at Steelers playing down in that competition more than the Chiefs.
And I think though, because they could win multiple ways, they could win in close games. I don't trust they just lost a game at the end that they could have won. You know what I'm saying? Alex Smith didn't, or they missed a field goal, or they lost a couple of last 8 games. Like, that's just the difference between, good organizations, great teams, great quarterback, you know what I'm saying, against, a team that's just competing and they playing hard, yeah. But if you're saying that they're going to win and upset, nah. But can it be close? For sure.
My 2 upsets this week, as far as the spreads go, is the Jets and Washington.
I like the Jets for sure.
Give me the Jets and Washington with the spread this week. JD, what you think about this? And I could tell you that the Washington spread is Pittsburgh's favored by 10.
And
those
this
are some sneaky
and
ones,
this is a Tuesday game, right?
Yep.
Because
Monday.
they just played on Wednesday. Oh, it's a Monday game, so they only got 6 days.
Tuesday
game, right? Nah, I don't think they got enough to upset the Steelers.
Monday, 2 p.m.
It's a
Monday.
Monday game. They got 6 days, bro. That's fucked up. The NFL
I'm taking
is
Washington
dirty,
on
bro.
the spread, bro. I'm telling you.
No, but I don't think they have enough to upset them. But as fantasy purposes, like how Cuzzo started off saying how I don't believe in the Steelers' run defense, and with them losing Bud Dupree, even though Bud Dupree is not a run stuffer, he's a pass rusher to go alongside of TJ Watt. I definitely like Gibson in this game. You know what I mean? Whatever the point spread may be, I think that Pittsburgh covers this. But McLaurin and Gibson, I think you're definitely going to fire them up. You should have no hesitation to fire them up, because the way that Baltimore was able to play them on Wednesday in the afternoon out here in the West Coast, it was a 12:40 game. I was able to listen to that on the radio at work, and that don't mean nothing. But still, though, the way that RG3, even though he was nursing his hammy, and I can't even think of the third string quarterback that got motherfucking Hollywood Brown the ball. You know what I mean? When you're able to do Sorensen, whatever it is, whatever old boy name is, the Pittsburgh defense doesn't scare me, though, bro. Even though they're known for getting 12, 13, 14, 15 points, 20 points as a defense, they're known for giving up big plays. So on the fantasy-wise, Gibson, McLaurin, even Logan Thomas, I'm not scared of none of them dudes right now, bro, against that Pittsburgh defense. But as the question says, does Washington have enough to upset the Steelers? Fuck no, bro. While I should sip this yak, nigga, 100% no, bro.
That's hella funny. Nah, I'm with you, bro. I just think, upset win, nah. Spread 10 points, yeah. Plug it in, man. My upsets this week are the Jets on the spread and Washington, bro. I like what Gibson is looking like over there. And, like you said, Steelers D is tough, but Baltimore was in the game the whole game. And I know it's a division opponent. It's a division opponent. They're very familiar. But you already know.
And Baltimore blew a motherfucking 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 on the goal line, bro. And they let that bitch tick, and they threw it to Nick Boyle, bro, and he dropped there, bro. They could have went up in the half, though, bro.
Yeah.
On everything, you know what I mean? So Baltimore was showing fight with RG5 turnovers at the helm. Shout out to Marvin Trump, my big friend. He's a Washington Redskins fan. I only know two Reds. No, I know
and
three.
Robbie.
No, so him and Robbie. So, and I said the Redskins, my fault. But motherfucking Nunu, cousin, you know Nunu, nigga, motherfucking Marvin, Robbie, and my nigga Renegade from the Xbox, from the shit box.
He from DC. That don't count.
Redskins, I mean the football team.
If you from BTA, you there don't count. That's like saying I'm a Kings fan. Of course, I'm from Sacramento. You can't find one outside of Sacramento.
Renegade, I mean, you know, that's my dog, man. That's his team, bro. On everything.
That's hella funny. Tomlin is definitely a motivator. Let's talk about a topic that I think y'all go like as us all being Niner fans, man. Who has a better week? Buffalo's wide receivers or 49er wide receivers?
Ooh.
Fantasy.
The Niners.
Dumped right here.
Niners, because it's two of them. Two of them going to have good days. Diggs gonna have a good day on us.
Okay, no, you ain't gonna get bailed out that easy, bro. Fuck that. I'm gonna say you get two 49er wide receivers, but will they each individually outscore Diggs? How about that?
No, because Gabriel Davis and motherfucking the white boy Beasley is throwing TDs right now. Oh my mama!
You
and
playing Beasley this week, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm playing Beasley right now. But Beasley is being consistent though, bro. On my mama. And then the cold thing is that I don't think that Nick Mullins is just gonna be slanging that motherfucker like that just to go ahead and attack that shit. You know, Shanahan, his whole offense is predicated off that run game. You know what I mean? It's just not a 35 attempt game where Mullins is gonna be slinging that bitch. It's not that, bro. But I ain't saying that Buffalo's receivers is going to outperform the Niners receivers, because we seen what Debo did against the whole Rams defense. I mean, Debo took a 5-yard hitch, and I said this on the Monday show.
He's a running back, bro.
He's a running back. He took a 5-yard hitch.
2.0.
Huh?
Percy Harvin 2.0.
So,
without the concussions.
No, but what I'm saying is Debo is just a whole nother dude. And then like 5 weeks ago, I said on the show, what Ayuk reminds me of when he's on the field is an OBJ, bro.
Bro, this is damn near the first week we kind of get Debo and Ayuk at full strength. I'm loving
with no George Kittle, though. That's the only thing. And we got Mostert too, though. So we don't have no George Kittle and no motherfucking Garoppolo, but yet they are still in the running for a playoff spot. But that offense has the potential of continuing what they did last year. They were a 28 to 29 points per score game. And here they are still right now, even though they was only a 23 to 20 game last week, 20 some shit like that. The Niners as a whole, with all the injuries, you have to give it up for Salah and fucking
shout out to Richie.
I can't even think of his name.
Hey, Richie going with exactly what you're saying right now. Niners defense is getting healthier and they got a chip on their shoulder. He wished the Raiders would have that same chip. I'm going to ask y'all a question right now, right? Now, this is for those people who, you know, everybody's team ain't just doing what they're supposed to do right now. You know what I mean? You got to have those players that you're contemplating thinking. You got to have those players that, do I got the heart to start this player? Now, this may not be too big of a heart to start, but I'm going to give y'all 3 players, and 2 of them are what we talked about at the beginning of the show. Corey Davis, Ayuk, or Landry this week?
I'm going Landry.
Yeah. Not Ayuk.
Now, if you would have said Debo,
I can't say Debo. Debo must start. He's
on top. No. But out of them 3, I'm going Landry, bro.
Honestly, bro, I like
going Ayuk is because it's his first game back, or I would go Ayuk.
Bro,
and he's missing 2 games, 3 games, I think it is.
This is how you know how good the game is gonna be, and how I wish I could call this an upset game and say the
What's
Niners
good,
are
Raj?
gonna be. I wish I could say that the Niners were gonna beat Buffalo and be an upset, but Vegas has the Buffalo only favored by -2.5. They playing in a dome and they playing in the dome against
Arizona
AZ.
right now.
They playing in Arizona. Man, hey. I wish I could say it's an upset. 2 points is not an upset.
So what I would do is, if I was a parlay dude, I'm taking us with that 2 points. I'm taking us to win, and I don't know what the over and under is on that game, but I'm taking those two for sure. I'm taking the points,
48.
and I'm taking us to win outright. And what's the over under?
48.
3 touchdowns. No, 4 touchdowns apiece. I might go the over. So, yeah, that's my 3-team parlay right there. Us to win outright, give me the points, and give me the over.
What you think,
That's
Kurt?
what I'm doing on that game.
Well, as far as the receivers or the
Ayuk, Landry, and what's his name? You said you're not going Ayuk because this is his first game back.
Yeah, I'm going Landry.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm going
excited.
Landry too.
I'm excited to see that shit, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the comments, man. We appreciate y'all stopping through. You know, if you came on referral, if you came because you were stopping by, if you came on the fluke, if you fuck with us a long way,
right quick.
appreciate y'all 100% for stopping through all the time, man. For real, bro.
I need
Yes,
2
sir.
RBs, 2 wide receivers, 1 TD, and a flex out of Aaron Jones.
I'm taking Aaron Jones and Eckler for my 2 RBs off top. Ooh, we about to get into this next game with Amari versus the Baltimore. I'm definitely going with Lockett and Ridley. I'm staying away from T. Higgins because we talked
Hayden
about it
Hurst been
earlier.
pissing me the fuck off. No, Raj, that shit, man. Fuck Hayden Hurst right now, bro.
I'll take Hayden Hurst this week, though.
Man,
I just see
I got Gesicki. If
I'm definitely
motherfucking the bearded one is playing, I'm taking Gesicki, and I should have played him last week. Fuck
I just
me,
picked
bro.
him up in Ashy. Stuffed him. What you think, Kurt?
out of these two, out of these dudes. Wait, hold on, there's a lot going
Full
on.
PPR. So the 2 running backs, Aaron Jones, Gibson, and Eckler. I think that's an easy one. Aaron Jones and Eckler, even though I still like Gibson.
That's all 3 for the flex right there.
All 3 for the flex. You going Lockett and Ridley.
See who the rest he got. Them all 3 for the flex, and then I'm going Lockett and who the Cowboys play.
Baltimore, the next game we talking about.
Oh, Lockett and probably
I'm taking Ridley, Lockett. Give me Aaron Jones, Gibson, and Eckler. I'm trusting Gibson over T. Higgins and Amari this week for sure.
yeah, I've had to go Lockett, Ridley, Jones, Gibbs, Eckler.
Tight ends, Logan Thomas and Hayden Hurst, flip a coin.
I probably go Logan Thomas because I wouldn't
Logan.
go Falcons.
I'm going to go Hayden Hurst with the bounce back. I'm going to go Hayden Hurst.
I wouldn't want Hurst and Ridley though.
But is Julio playing this week?
Saints D has been playing good. I'm going to take Hurst.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
I
take Hurst.
want Ridley in the first place, especially if Julio ain't playing. He gonna see lateral.
Ooh, I take that back, bro. You got it. You got to go Ridley and Logan, bro. You can't play 2 Falcons the way they've been playing. Nah, fuck that.
Nah,
you got to go.
You got to go
you can't
Aaron
do that.
Jones and Eckler.
One Falcon, Julio.
I take Ridley as my Falcon for sure. Give me Ridley, but you can't have both of those for sure. I go Logan Thomas for sure, 100%. 100%. Let's talk about that last game, and we will get into some more questions. Let's talk about, because we've mentioned it a couple times, who's going to have more points, Baltimore's defense or the Cowboys running backs combined? I'm talking about add Pollard and Zeke, put their points together. Is it going to be better than Baltimore? What you think, bro?
Yeah, but Baltimore, easy.
I'm taking Baltimore, bro. Zeke has been looking bad. Baltimore don't even look that good. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this is a defensive game because if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, which, you know, it's going to be RG3, Sorensen. Neither one of them can do nothing. But when you say Andy Dalton going against them, I think it definitely has action at being closer than it could be. You know, the Cowboys did beat Minnesota a few weeks ago, a run-heavy team. Baltimore's passing game hasn't showed me anything at all. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys running backs right here.
I'm going that because part of it is what Richie said too here in the comments is Baltimore playing for something. Like they ain't been looking the greatest this recently, so they're gonna have to try to get right. It's a get right game for the Ravens in all three phases of the game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But when you missing 20 players on motherfucking COVID like they did on Wednesday, you know what I mean? 7 Pro Bowlers and shit like that. I don't know what they got going to coming this week. You know what I mean? But the Ravens ain't been looking like the Ravens that they was last year. And that's what's fucked up because a lot of people took a lot of high draft capital in Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. The Ravens just don't look like the Ravens they are to me, though. 100%. And then with the Ravens, with the Cowboys getting back on track against the fucking the Vikings, you know what I mean? I just, I don't know if they got and Andy Dalton's back, I don't know, bro. Even though they hung with the Steelers, but I think the Steelers was just kind of overlooking Wednesday. You know what I mean? I think the Cowboys can go ahead and come in and maybe, put up a 12-round fight like how Jake Paul did fucking Nate Robinson. 100% though, bro. I'm serious, bro.
Hey, can we go a week without Nate Robinson, man? Pick the brother up, man. You had to give it
My bad. I'm just saying, bro.
I'm taking Baltimore. Oh, you know why JD ain't fucking with Baltimore D? You said you is fucking with Baltimore D, or you not?
No,
you like the Cowboys this week?
I'm just saying that the Cowboys can go in there and go do some damage, bro.
Hey, JD play against me this week, and I got Baltimore D, y'all. Don't listen to his take on this one, bro.
Oh, look, I didn't even know that, though, bro. That's the thing, though, bro. See, that's how I know he's worried right now, y'all. That's how I know.
Like I said, bro, our game really, we'll get into that later, man. Look, I'm going to say this, bro. Hey, shout out to, hey, that is funny, though, bro. It's a coincidence that you got Baltimore D. Hey, he said, true, but the run D was hurting without those guys. I said in the comments that with the Steelers linebacking core being banged up, I just like Gibson because of his usage, to be honest. It's not that I think he can run all over Pittsburgh or none of that. I just like the usage in his floor. Like, I'm rocking with him over a lot of players. Like,
Pittsburgh is giving up cheeks, bro, to a lot of fantasy running backs, bro.
Touchdown. So if you getting them yards, you happen to get a touchdown on Pittsburgh, like you didn't have a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
Pittsburgh is not that stout. I mean, they get a lot of fantasy points though, bro. But they give up fantasy points to running backs though, bro. Stout running backs.
They give big plays.
I remember earlier on the show they was like, "Oh, he gave up 80-yard shit to Miles Sanders." But after that, a lot of running backs end up torching their motherfucking ass.
Gus Edwards was one of them. He had a cool little game.
They don't give up fantasy points to running backs. They give up the yards. But the yards don't really turn into anything. You really got to hope for the touchdown. They give up like the least amount of fantasy points to running backs, actually. But they give up yards, though, to the player. You just got to try to get in the end zone.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, shit, man. Look, y'all, we just gave y'all them week 13 matchups. You know what I mean? We giving y'all some of the things that we think and just some shit for y'all to look out to, man, because it's the fantasy playoffs right now. And I will say this. If you're not in the playoffs in your league or you might have a few leagues, you're in a few, and you know you're not doing as good as you want, bro, try to play spoiler. Y'all got to give your best effort to whoop whoever, whenever. You need that mentality. Richie said the Niners got their mentality he wished the Raiders would have. You got to have that dog, Kobe, Mamba mentality with everything you do. I don't give a fuck what it is. You go hard till the end, and that's it. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who been fucking with us. Shout out to Complicated Kai for jumping on. We definitely appreciate
it. That boy. Went to UCLA, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
Everything.
they got some bodies coming back. I like Pittsburgh for the Super Bowl.
And I didn't mean to cut Cuzzo off though, bro, by him giving his outro. But the cold thing is, if you new to this motherfucking the channel that we doing, you know, Raj, I see you on the Run Boy shit. I done been on the Run Boy shit and see you doing your thing, bro. And to every other motherfucker that's here new to our shit, man, we need y'all to drop y'all shit so we can tap back into y'all, whether it be on the YouTube, whether it be on the Twitter, on the IG, the whole shit, man, so we can, be fully engaged with y'all though, bro, on my mama, because it's a lot of new shit in these comments right now that we not used to seeing y'all names and shit like that. So we definitely want to be able to tap in with y'all though, bro, on everything.
For sure. I'm trying to get my Twitter game up, man. Brody Cortez is heavy on Twitter. He been doing it, but Twitter is where all the real fun happens, man. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to reach back out to everybody who rock with us because we like to just talk shit, man. You know what I mean? What we say is talk shit and swallow spit, man. You know what I mean? We like to just sit back and chop game, man. That's what we doing right here, man. It's chopping game. We a podcast that's for the people.
And if you want to jump on, man, you got the nest to jump on, Riz, bro. We should shoot you the link, bro. You can come talk your shit too, though, bro.
We'll show that. Hey, and I will say this, Brody, you got anybody to shout out on the way out, man?
Shit, shout out to everybody that's just been fucking with us. There's too many people to name, and I'll be forgetting names, but I'll be seeing all the comments. I tap in on my Instagram burner account every now and then,
The other guy
going on, but
the other guy
seeing it and people, telling us tap in live and we seeing new names like you said. So that's all love. I appreciate it.
And that's my thing too. And then the cold thing is like how Cuzzo started off the motherfucking show is that the merch is coming up, nigga, and we gonna be having that shit, bro. You know what I mean? So that's another step into our furthering our shit.
We gonna keep giving it to y'all raw and uncut, man, and all avenues, like JD said, man. Because like we said, bro, this is some shit we love to do. We all got careers and jobs and businesses, and like I said, man, talking shit, swallowing spit. But look, for y'all who just tuned in for the first time, we started Heart2Start because of our live draft league that we travel and do. So this year we had to keep it, local, but we got an intro that we like to do that just shows you, the camaraderie we have with our live draft league. So, Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast. Y'all check out the intro and the outro. Like I said, this is y'all showing us a little bit, just us showing y'all a little bit about us, man. Like I said, appreciate everybody.
Shout out to Richie. Look at what Richie just said at the bottom, bro. That basically sums that shit up, bro. Ooh. Shout out to Richie, bro.
Hey, you know what's crazy? That's what we like. We all know, like, we're family. Like JD, my cousin, bro. Curtis, our boy. We all know each other. This is we say for us and by us, like FUBU, because we just sitting back chopping game, bro, and giving y'all real analysis that we feel is right based on our research. And like you in the comments, dropping what you think. This is a debate show at the end of the day, too. And that's what we doing. You know what I mean? For sure. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Go check out the outro video. Is coming on right now. Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast. Hey, Fantasy Playoffs is here, baby.
Saying no. Niggas on home, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is sick. Suckers wanna play and low marquee until that bitch click. Big stick hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine. I'm on the goal line and I'm going for 6. Watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove. He was with his hoe. Had to let him know. That's your ass. You don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up. Boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch. Get off dick. Tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air. You see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit. Why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke. You get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they some game shit. Nigga, you was a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you was a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Kill him free to act.